And we are live. Hello, it is I, LCX. So, today is going to be the first episode of this talk show thingy. The idea came directly from a mid-tier guard. And things may be a bit iffy right now because it's my first time trying this out. But anyways, how it's gonna go is I'm just gonna be drawing here, and anybody is free to come in and just talk about retro games. I have some questions lined up, and right now I have only one guest in here. Well, there's Kurumi too, but he's not gonna talk. Kurumi doesn't talk. So we have Mr. Retro Gamer Lavon. Lavon, would you please introduce yourself to the audience? Very well said, Lavon. Does Kurumi wish to say anything? Yeah, Kurumi doesn't want to say anything. Hello? Hello? Wait! Is that you, Kurumi? Oh, it's Aldiner. Here. Here we go. So here's Eldiner. Would you please introduce yourself, Eldiner? Mexico. We are the same. Yes, I stole that. Totally stole that. Anyways. So, and I am your host, LCX. As you can see, I'm a VTuber. I'm an anime girl. Yes, I may be a fake female, but I'm a real person. Yes, there's nothing fake about my persona, at least. So anyways, and they are very nice. Girls would be envious. Girls would be envious of these thighs, man. Now then. Yes. Thick thighs save lives. Now then. So here's the first topic that I want to talk about. So either of you guys can answer. I think Alabon should go first. So why do or why don't you play retro games? Very simple question. Let's go, Lavon. Wait a second, they're saying they can't hear a thing in the stream. I wonder why. That's weird. Testing, 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 testing. Oh, come on, test. Testing. You can't hear the guests. That sucks. Yeah? Hey, wait a minute. Here. How's this? Could somebody say something? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Troubleshooting. Really? Testing. Now that's weird. Still not hearing anything. something about Discord here. I'm gonna add an audio source real quickly. Wait, I'm gonna add an audio source. Wait. This should do it. Audio source. Audio capture source. And Steam streaming. Wait. But you can hear Yasuke just fine.
Yeah.
Last time you could hear Yasuke just fine.
Could you guys hear us?
That was strange. Only through the call. No, that's not good. Wait. Let me see. User volume is... Now you can hear? Wait, I didn't do anything though.
Yeah, can you hear us now?
I didn't even do anything. That's weird.
Can you hear us now?
I didn't do a thing. What? I didn't do anything. That is so weird. Anyways, so sorry about that, Ron. Looks like they can hear you now.
It's okay. They can hear me now?
Yeah. They say they can hear you now. But not very loud.
Okay, are you gonna ask that question again?
Yes, I'm gonna ask Levon, did you hear Levon's introduction earlier?
Yeah, could you guys hear me, you guys?
Did you hear Levon's introduction earlier?
Yeah, could you guys hear me?
Can somebody confirm? Or did you not hear anything at all?
Could y'all hear me?
Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna ask, Levon to introduce himself again. Please go ahead, Levon. Sorry about that.
Hello, my name is Radical Retro Gamer Levon. What I do on my channel, I talk about retro video games. I play retro video games. I unbox retro video games. I talk about other things on my channel. I have a diversity on my channel where I do lots of stuff, and I have a good time with my channel, and I have fun with it. So if you guys come across me, don't be afraid to subscribe to me. I'm a really kind person. I love video games. I love hanging out with a lot of you guys because you guys are all cool cats in my book. And I think that a lot of you guys, are really, really awesome. So if you do come across my channel, don't be afraid to subscribe. And I do a lot of video games. Right now I'm working on a project with Spider-Man on PS4. And so far it's going really well. I'm about to upload part 2 today when I get off work, and yeah, it's gonna be really good. So, back to you, LCX.
Okay. Thank you, Levon. So, I've already introduced myself. I'm LCX, and I'm a VTuber, and I'm hosting this show right now while drawing. So, the way this show is gonna go is I'm gonna ask, the guests to answer specific questions, and if any guest wants to come in while we're on a specific question, just hop right in. Anybody is welcome. Go inside the Discord voice chat. It's in the description. Now then, the first question that I asked Levon is, why do or don't you play retro games? So please go ahead and answer, Levon.
Okay, I play retro video games because they're really fun. They're really exciting. I love retro video games a lot because I grew up with retro video games. I play a lot of them because they have a certain charm. Like I was a little kid, I used to play Mega Man, I used to play Pokemon, I used to play Mario Brothers, Castlevania, Contra, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. I would play all these games, and I even play the Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, the Gambare Goemon series. I used to play that when I was a kid, and I really loved a lot of the retro video games that came out because they're really awesome. They had a certain charm, and ever since the early 90s, because I am a 90s baby, I was born in 1995, I had a very good time like just playing these games and enjoying them. So when I started my channel in 2016, that's what I decided to do. I decided to basically play retro video games, show them off, and ever since then, my old channel, it was hectic, so I had to delete my old channel and make a new one. And ever since then, it was called Radical Retro Gamer Levon. So I play retro video games. I love a lot of Japanese games. I like for those of you who don't know, I like anime, I like manga, I like Japanese stuff. I'm a Japan baby. Like I play a lot of Japanese anime games. I play a lot of good stuff on my channel. So the reason why I got into retro gaming was because of my cousin and my sister and my mother. My mother, when I was a baby, I remember her the first time she played Super Mario Brothers. I was watching her. I was in my cradle watching her play Mario, and she beat the game. She rescued Princess Peach from the clutches of Bowser, and I was actually happy. I was laughing. It was and I was happy that she beat the game. And then later, I watched my sister play Final Fantasy on the NES. She would play Dragon Quest on NES, also known as Dragon Warrior here in the States. She would play a lot of good games. I remember when my first video game console that I ever got was a Sega Master System. I played Phantasy Star on that. The very first game I got was Phantasy Star, and back then, little me, I sucked at RPGs until later down the road, I got better, and eventually I was able to play games like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, you name it, I played it, and I had a really good time. So retro video games to me is amazing, and I think that every YouTuber that is new to YouTube should experience that because it's really good. Like, to go back to the past and to experience retro video games is a godsend. I really love that so much. It's a really good thing that retro video games exist. If there are no video games, I'll be bored out of my mind, but I'm so glad that they are. So video games to me are awesome. They'll always be awesome. They'll always be the best thing that'll ever happen to me in my entire life. I love retro video games. Because growing up, I was a Sega kid. I had the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, but not the 32X because the Sega 32X was not a good it was not good. It didn't sell well. So I got the Master System, the Genesis, the Sega CD, the Game Gear, and later down the road, I got all Sonic games, all the other Genesis games like Rise Star, Kid Chameleon. I got games like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and many others. So that's all I gotta say. So back to LCX. I just really love retro video games a lot. I'm so glad they're still around.
Okay, and now we're gonna welcome in Retro Gamer Yasuke. Everybody, welcome Retro Gamer Yasuke into the chat. Welcome. Oh, what happened to Levon?
Good, y'all.
Levon, you didn't have to
Y'all
leave.
can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I don't know if they can hear you. Can you guys hear Yasuke?
What's good, Lorenzo?
You guys can hear Yasuke, right? Perfect. So, first of all, Happy Dinosaur 8000 has some questions what's your opinion on Pac-Man and is OG Xbox a retro console? So before that though, let's both answer those questions. But before that, could you please introduce yourself, Yasuke? Thank you for coming in, by the way. Go ahead.
Alright, what's good, y'all? My name is Retro Gamer Yasuke. I play retro games through emulation on my channel. I recently started Final Fantasy on my channel. I have to record something today. I'm a little behind on schedule. I've been focusing more on Gauntlet Legends right now. And yeah, I'm kind of new to the community. I sent a community post out actually about this stream. You guys should check it out. I think it's really fun. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that was indeed a funny. That was indeed a funny
Yeah.
community post. Okay, let's welcome in
Yeah.
K2J.
Funny.
Woohoo! K2J is here.
K2J.
Hello,
Hey, what's
K2J.
up, y'all?
So,
What's good?
we got some questions from the chat to answer, guys. But first of all, I'll focus on K2J here. So, K2J, could you introduce yourself first to everyone around? Go ahead.
Man, shoot, y'all know me.
You don't know it.
For sure.
Do you want me to introduce you?
Sure, go ahead.
So, K2J is a god at Streets of Rage. And really good at fighting games. Especially Marvel vs.
Word.
Capcom 2 and VC2. So,
Yeah, I'm alright. I can't do infinite stuff. I'm kind of like
yes.
hanging on that.
Yeah, who cares about infinites? You got the timing, you got the combos. You got the block strings.
Yeah, I try.
Anyways,
I definitely do try.
So,
I appreciate that.
K2J is also a streamer, just like me and Yasuke. But K2J rarely talks in his streams. He's a lot like Kurumi in that they interact with the chat a lot by chatting right back. That's what I've noticed.
Right.
Just like Slim Nims.
Oh.
I barely stream as well. I barely stream. That's all I was saying.
Well, you're still a retro gamer who you've done a few streams. So anyway, let's go and answer these questions. So
Right, real quick, about the, me not talking thing, I used to be on the mic a lot more frequently when I first started my channel, like about 4 years ago, 4 years and some change ago. I used to be on the mic a lot because in the beginning, I had like a lot of online friends. We would get together on PS4 and we be just playing each other in a bunch of online fighting games and stuff, and we'd be on the mic and we just be just shooting the shit to each other while we kicking each other asses in the games and stuff. But at some point it kind of slowed down. I mean, I know ever since I got my capture devices, my channel kind of turned into something else.
yeah,
It's not like, yeah, my channel is not like it was when I first started, because there's a lot of different things going on with it now that wasn't going on with it when I first started.
so basically you're more like an accidental streamer, right? You didn't plan to actually stream video games?
Not at all. There was somebody that I used to be cool with back around 2018. We're not cool now, which is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. But at the time, he was a kind of a, he wasn't a big time YouTuber, but he was popular, and he used to, we used to hang out in party chats and stuff a lot, and he did online a lot with his buddies. And they used to always want me to join in, and he'd be streaming, and this is before I had a channel. And he had me featured in a lot of his videos and stuff, and you know, we be talking and you know, discussing all kinds of crazy stuff, and then I don't know, I guess people like the shit I talked about, or and then you know, I was kind of I'm kind of silly, so you know, I make people laugh and shit. So you know, and then I'm good at games and whatever. So he gave me the he was the one that kept on pushing the issue with me starting a channel and stuff. Because in the beginning, I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do that. But you know, he kept going. He wasn't the only one. Like several people I used to chill with and a few of them are still my friends now, but they used to constantly just badger me to do that. So one day I just caved in. I was like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll do this, and I'll see where this goes and stuff like that. And you know, I was just doing stuff on PS4 at first, and then people started asking me about capture cards and stuff like that, and I was like, man, hell no, I'm not doing that. And then eventually, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. If I actually get up to like 100 subscribers or a little bit over, then yeah, I'll get a capture card. But see, when I said that, I was just talking shit because I didn't think. Because one thing, I wasn't really pushing my channel like that. I wasn't advertising it. I didn't even want people to know about it. But what I didn't know is some of my friends was pushing and advertising my channel without my knowledge. You know, I started wondering where all these subscribers were coming from and stuff like that. But you know, eventually the day came. Years like I say 3 years later, I winded up getting up there. So then I was like, well, damn, you know what? I guess I really am gonna have to try to get this thing out. Cause you know, I'm the type of dude, if you know, if I say I'm gonna do something, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So, you know, I might have been talking shit before, and I didn't, you know, I wasn't thinking much of that at the time when I said that. But the fact that I said it at all and had a video of me saying that shit, I had to follow up with that. So, yeah, there it is.
There it is. Thank you very much.
That's a good story, man.
Yeah. So anyway, we have some questions from the chat, guys. And also, I want to acknowledge Lorenzo. But don't forget to visit his weekly show, guys. I want to acknowledge Lorenzo for sharing out the guests' channels in the chat. Thank you very much, Lorenzo. So let's
Thank you, Lorenzo.
let's go to the questions. These are from Happy Dinosaur 8000. So Happy Dinosaur 8000 is asking, what is your opinion on Pac-Man, and is the OG Xbox a retro console? So I guess I'll start. So my opinion on Pac-Man is, well, it's a fun game. It's a fun video game, and it's easy to get bored of it because it gets repetitive, but it actually tests your skills. It's a very basic game, but it has everything that's in a video game that's meant to actually test your gamer skills, like reflexes, pattern recognition, stuff like that. There's a lot more to Pac-Man than you might think, and I'm sure K2J can elaborate on that. Now, as for the OG Xbox, is it a retro console? It's from the same generation as the PS2, and the PS2 is like coming up to 20 years, or maybe it's more than 20 years now. So, yeah, I'd consider it a retro console, although the games are still kind of modern. Like, you can still play PS2 games, and they could still be mistaken for modern games, especially if you upscale the graphics. But yeah, I'd consider...
Not to mention the complicated play mechanics of a lot of those.
Yes.
You got a lot of people that, you know, mess with... You got a lot of retro cats that won't even mess with PS2.
Yeah. Well, I think
They
there's...
won't even go that far.
I think they're still retro, though. Oopsie. I lost the chat.
I guess. I guess I just don't see it. The only reason why I don't consider it that is because by the time PS2 came around, I was already grown or close to it. But let's see, when it came out, I think I was about 16.
Right. Yeah, same here, KJ. But I didn't even get a PS2 until I was in university. So, anyways, let's ask the question first to Yasuke, retro gamer Yasuke. So, what do you think? The first question, OG Pac-Man, what's your opinion? Second question is the OG Xbox or retro console. Go ahead.
Alright, so my opinion of Pac-Man, it's a cool game. I mean, it does check your reflexes and stuff. I've gotten pretty far in Pac-Man. I really like it. I prefer Dig Dug, if I was being real, to Pac-Man. But as far as the second question, is the OG Xbox an original, or is the OG Xbox a retro console? That was it, right?
Yes.
That was the question?
Yes.
And that in
Okay,
PS2.
Oh yeah, most definitely a retro console by now, right? I had to be in like middle school. No, I had to be in high school by the time the PS2 came. But yeah, that's a very long time ago. We all got to consider that retro. I might even go as far as to say the PS3 is reaching that age. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it might be
What?
still hot in the PS2 service.
I never had a
I don't
PS3.
know. Never had a PS3. That was my last console. That was the last
dang.
console I had. Yeah, and it was so long ago.
They're still kind of expensive nowadays. They still
No,
cost.
Yeah.
They still
Price.
cost quite a bit. So,
I mean, if it ain't about to be everything I need, they need to stop bringing up the price.
all right.
That's just my
Let
opinion.
me say hi to our new. Let's see, Geeks with Cash. Hello, and oh, Robert Kraken General is here. Do you want to say something, Robert Kraken General?
So, do you heard about the Herman Breaker? It's a means. When you put a character, it's breaking legs.
I have never heard of that, Robert Kraken General. Anyway, would you care to introduce yourself and what you do in your channel?
You mean Herman Breaker or something the others?
No, about yourself. About Robert Kraken General. Tell us what you do in your channel. This is about retro games, about old games.
Yeah, your YouTube channel, fam.
Yeah, we're streaming right now on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, sure. Pretty sure about this.
Would you like to say anything, Robert Kraken? About yourself, about your channel?
About myself, huh? It's almost like, but my channel was six Robert Kraken, but you can text the Taiwan 6 real, actually.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, thank you very much
Yeah.
for that, Robert Kraken. Does anyone... Would you like to drop a
Hey.
link to your channel, by the way? In the chat? On YouTube, I mean. We're live right now. So anyway, with that said, I think everybody has answered the first question. So here's my
think so,
second.
too.
Yeah, here's my second question here. Are you a streamer? And do you talk when you stream video games? So let's go over to you first, Yasuke.
Me first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. So yeah, I stream, right? But I'm not like a streamer. I'm like a news streamer. I want to say I got one good stream possibly 2 good streams under my belt.
Wait,
Hardware problem.
is that an Ahoge
What?
shirt?
Huh?
No, it's not. Okay, continue.
Okay.
Nah.
All right. Let's go. Let's go. So, yeah, I barely stream. I mostly do videos, right? As far as if I would talk, yeah, I try to keep up. I'm probably not good at it, being that I am a new streamer. I may stream on my birthday, my actual birthday on Sunday. That will be the next stream. I'm looking forward to do like a Mario Party or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you could guys judge for yourself if I talk with you guys during the stream. I mostly do sometimes, but yeah, that's all I got for that question.
Okay, let's go over to K2J. Same question. Are you a streamer? And do you talk when you stream video games?
I'm a streamer. I do occasionally do the mic thing, but again, it's the only time I ever really do that is if I get together with some of my friends on PS4 and we start playing each other in something. Like it's whether it be co-op or versus, but I do still rarely, I rarely do it now. I used to do it more frequently years back, but I did try to do it one time on when I was doing a Mega Man Legends playthrough, but I didn't set my mic right on OBS and it would keep echoing and shit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this again when I fix this audio problem, because that was nobody want to hear that. So
Right.
I'm still learning how to mess around with the OBS shit. I don't understand everything about it. I'm really still learning how to set stuff up. But I still plan on evolving my channel as it goes.
Yeah,
Let's look at some how-to
understandable.
videos on OBS or something.
That's understandable, K2J. But are you against like talking on stream or anything like that? Are you shy when
No,
it comes to talking?
no, I'm not against it. What it is I don't know. I know like way before I had a channel, I used to watch other people stream stuff, and sometimes there'd be like a certain game that I want to watch a playthrough of, and sometimes I would come to one where there was like commentary, like the person was talking over everything, and that used to drive me crazy because I'd be wanting to hear the game, and like it could be a level they on or something. They got like really good music or something, but I can't hear it because this person is constantly talking over the game, and I can't hear anything. So then I would look and find a video that don't have any commentary on it. Like I don't know how everybody feels about that. I just know how I feel about it, so I just I don't do it. Like if I'm doing long play, like solo playthroughs or something, I'm not gonna talk over it because I feel like my audience might not like that. They might just want to hear the game. They might not want to hear me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, understandable.
Yes.
But I don't know. I guess it's a mixed thing because then I do be having people, you and Yasuke being two of them. Y'all want me to talk on the stream.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I may change that up.
We also want to
Yeah,
hear Karumi.
yeah.
We also want to hear Karumi talking. So, Rubber Crack in general, do you want to say something about the topic? Let's see. Rubber Crack in general has muted himself. So, hey, let's welcome in Cerulean.
actually-
Oh, there. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Yes.
Alright. So, my entertainment and my social media of the Twitter because I sent too many about pictures. But last one I found it from Wakana Mizuho. She's in
yes.
Twitter right now, but Discord in SNES Lab. I was talk about the Germany,
Okay.
but I guess SNWC is borrow me from on a server. Yep. And I got totally hacked by total count of 8 because the fake friend of Luis it's trying to get me from give me real powers, but it's fake.
So, anyways,
Actually,
thank you, Robert Kraken General. I want to introduce Robert Kraken General to you guys. Robert Kraken General is a PNG tuber, sort of like me, but uses still images, PNG. And Robert Kraken General is a retro gamer who is very good at every single retro game that he streams. He's especially good at Tetris. He's better than me at Tetris, actually. And he plays
Yeah.
Mega Man games, and I don't know if he plays fighting games, but I've seen him play some other retro games, usually Dojin style retro games, like remakes of retro games on this channel. Anyway, let's welcome in Cerulean. Do you want to say something, Cerulean? Just introduce yourself.
Hey, I actually saw you guys in the voice chat. I was like, oh, what's going on?
You're a streamer
Well,
as
it's
well,
good,
aren't you?
Cerulean.
Cerulean? I've seen you stream.
Oh, you're on stream too. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, you're a streamer as well, right? I've seen you stream games.
Once in every blue moon. I don't really have a set like schedule, although I'd like to. I actually purposely got a Retro Tink 5X specifically for streaming retro consoles, but I need a streaming device, so because I like to do from like actual hardware. So I still have all my consoles. I have my Genesis and Wii hooked up at the moment, but I personally would like to just like stream like little known games, give more exposure, like games that not many people know about, or you know just games I grew up with. Like I think the last stream I did was Sonic 2 on Game Gear, which like a lot of people, you know, it's a divisive game, but I grew up with it. It was one of 2 games I had for my Game Gear, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I still remember where everything is. So,
Alright, thank you very much, Cerulean. So, shall we move on to the next question, guys? So, the next question I have lined up is, what's an obscure retro game you wish had more recognition? Now, let me repeat, what's an obscure retro game that you wish had more recognition? So, I'll start. So with an obscure retro game that I wish had more recognition would be... Let me think. Well, you know, I play most of the games that I wish would be more recognized on my channel. So if I play it on my channel, that's probably one of the retro games that I wish more people would notice. One example is Rhapsody, a musical adventure. Like, on the outside, it looks like the type of JRPG that you wouldn't really pay much attention to. It's not a very long game. It's maybe less than 10 hours if you really speed through it. Skip dialogue, like Karumi likes to do. So it's like maybe 7 hours at most. It's a cutesy game. It's super easy. But to me, it's special because it has a nice story. I love the cute characters. You know, I like the cute stuff. and I love the songs, including the English version of the songs. The game includes both the English and Japanese version, and the English version of the songs are sang very well, and they fit with the game. Like, I know that you're out there and I'm waiting for you. Garnet is my name and I'm a puppeteer too, etc. So yeah, that's my take. So let me repeat the question. What's an obscure retro game you wish had more recognition? We start with Yasuke.
For me? Alright, an obscure retro game that I wish had more recognition, and I guess it does have recognition, just nobody talks about it a whole lot, is the 2 Game Boy Color Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, right? There was supposed to be a third one to connect the story, but we didn't get that. But you can connect the 2 games if you beat one. I think Oracle of Seasons is supposed to be like action oriented, and Oracle of Ages is like more puzzle based. Both things are featured in a Zelda game, but they tailor it for each game, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Anyway, if you beat one, you could put in the cheat code, or not even the cheat code, but you can carry your save file over to the next game, and you fight again at the end, which is pretty cool. But I wish it got more recognition, or like a HD remake, or a pixel remaster, whatever we call it nowadays. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay, thank you, Yasuke. So, Legend of Zelda for the Game Boy Color, right?
Yeah, for the Game Boy
Oracle
Color.
of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I actually emulated those a long time ago on BGB, it was, I think. Yeah,
Oh, what?
but I never
Yeah,
finished
check that
those.
out.
Because it was a long time ago. Visual Boy Advance is better right now. Anyways, let me greet some of the people in the chat first. Hello, gents. Welcome to the stream. And, oh, no one else. No one else new. And, let's see. As a modern gaming, I can tell you if something is obscure. As a modern gamer, Mid-Tier Guard says, he can tell you if something is obscure or not. 75% of what we all play, he's never heard of before. Do you want to join in, gents? Anyone can join. Anyways, off we go to K2J. So, same question. What's an obscure retro game you wish had more recognition, K2J?
That is a really rough question, man. There's so many of them.
Yeah. Talk about a few. Maybe.
Huh?
Talk about a few of them, maybe. Not all of them.
If I had to pick one, I'd say Ghost Chaser Dingy for Super Famicom.
Oh, I think I know that one, K2J. Is it like an action game, but sort of
It's a beat 'em up.
Oh, it's a beat 'em up. What on the
Yeah, it's a Japanese exclusive game.
Wait, Super Famicom. Wait, oh yeah, I thought it was on the Famicom. All right, I haven't heard of
a
it.
sequel. There's an arcade only sequel to it too.
Denjin Makai. Is it related to that?
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's the original name.
Oh, I have played it.
The
Awesome.
Ghost Chaser Dingy just the secondary name.
Oh, the game cover.
But yeah, it's the same thing.
You think you can show us the game cover? Screen share it? Guess not. Let's search for it.
I don't have it, but I did stream it a year ago, and I got like a big ass thing I used as a thumbnail.
Alright, let me
I
try.
wouldn't expect nobody to go searching through my videos like that, because it's like that's too much. That's too many videos. But it's deep in there.
Ghost Chaser.
And I only ever streamed it once. It's one of those one of them one-time games I streamed.
Okay, let me see if I can show this. Make it big is what I want to do. Here it is. That's not the game cover, is it? It's this one.
See it.
It's
Yeah,
small.
that's it.
It's too small. Oh well. See if we can make it bigger. No, we can't, because it's very low resolution, unfortunately. But there it is. Denjin Makai. Is it called Ghost Chaser Densei? I think, yep, here it is. So, can you tell us more about this, K2J? Why do you think more people should play this game?
That looked like something I've seen before.
It's a very advanced beat 'em up game for its time, man.
Oh,
I'll even go as far as to say that most of the beat 'em ups that came out in America don't have anything on that. At least not back in the 90s, they didn't.
oh, I see.
Like as far as the fight, like the playing mechanics and all that. In fact, I don't know, because I'm thinking if a lot of people in America played that game, they probably wouldn't even be able to hang with it, because that game is hard and the moves are hard.
over the 50 version.
Hey, who's that?
It's Lavon.
Last time was
It's me, Radical Retro Gamer Levon.
last time was 50.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
That's
yeah, that threw me off because I was. You got something playing in the background? Maybe.
There's somebody talking in Lavon's room.
Yeah, what is that?
Sorry about that.
I'm not playing anything.
Okay.
You're
Sorry
not
about that.
saying nothing, but there's somebody talking in the back.
Yeah, somebody's been talking in the
They
background.
louder too. They louder than you.
Okay.
I heard this guy.
That made me forget what I was talking about.
Okay. Okay, let me just turn down Lavon for a bit. There we go. There we go. So, anyways, what were you talking about? Sorry about that, K2J. Oh, yeah. It has more advanced mechanics, right, than most beat 'em ups that came over to the US.
The moves, the special moves are like really hard to figure out how to do. Some of them are just plain hard to do. Period. You would literally have to go on the internet and pull up like a move list of the shit that all the characters got, so that you can perform a lot of those. That, and you probably have to be experienced in fighting games to do them, because they're fighting game type commands like Street Fighter and stuff like that. They're those kind of input commands to do special moves in that game. Kind of like Street Fighter 3, which is a game we actually got here that a lot of people do not like because of how difficult that one is. Hey, yo, Levon, that mic, man. I can't even hear myself talk anymore.
Wait, I'll mute Lavon for a bit. There. Muted for a bit. Sorry, Lavon. We'll get to you, when we get to you.
Wait a minute.
There we go. Is that better? Is that better, KDJ? Oh, you muted yourself.
I still hear somebody talking.
Yeah.
There's still somebody talking. Huh. I wonder who
Okay,
that
hang on.
could be. Well, with that said, oh yeah, gotta focus on
Okay.
KDJ.
Yeah, I hope he didn't think I was jumping on him. I kept trying to like block it out, but it was getting louder and I couldn't block it out anymore. My bad. So yeah, it's and then I'm thinking about Golden Axe 3 a lot. That game didn't get a lot of love either, because that's another game that has really it was really hard for people to perform the special moves in that game, and that one isn't quite as it doesn't have as much going on in it as Streets of Rage 3 or Ghost Chaser Density. But the moves are still kind of complex than that though. And a lot of people was turned off by all of that. So I don't really know what to think for real, because even if that was like a worldwide game that everybody knew about, I'm not sure how much of a positive I don't know how much of a I'm not sure if it would have got a positive reception or not. Because majority of people like games that are more simple. They don't want to deal with all the complexity. So I don't really know what to really say about it. People in Japan, they can play anything. They're basically gaming geniuses. So there's not a whole lot of stuff that Japanese cannot play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Anyways, so there are some, that reminds me, there are some, like really simple looking beat 'em ups for the arcade that are a lot more complex than you would think. Like, for example, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs looks very basic, right? But most people don't know that all the characters have a special move with a down-up attack. Like, if you do a down-up attack, everybody has a special move, and it's a free special move, which is really helpful in certain situations. Like, most people think that the pressing both attack buttons, both attack and jump, pressing attack and jump at once, most people think those are special moves. But no, that's a get out of my face move, right? That's a desperation move. You use that, you take damage, right?
Oh, hang on for 1 second. Yeah, Jen, I wasn't taking a shot, because look, I'm American, but I wasn't saying that as no insult, and I wasn't saying that as a put down. So I don't think you need to be getting all offended. What I meant by that is Japanese people can play. Look, a lot of games that's only in Japan, those are some of the hardest games anybody can ever play. And, Japanese people, majority, they have very astounding game playing skills. That's all I was saying. There's a lot of stuff they can play over there in Japan that if it went worldwide, a lot of other people in other countries wouldn't even be able to, wouldn't be able to get through a lot of them. That's all I was really saying. They can play a lot of stuff that most people can't play. They really good at very difficult games. I wasn't saying that as no put down. That's not what that was.
Nah, that's okay. KDJ, I'm sure that was just said in jest by Jens. Jens is just that way. Now then. Robert Kraken General, do you want to say something? What obscure retro game you wish had more? What's a retro game you would recommend, Robert Kraken? What game would you recommend? Yes, go ahead. Hello? Do you understand what the question is, Robert Kraken? Like, what game would you recommend to people? Hello? Robert Kraken General seems to be experiencing some, technical difficulties. I know he likes Toho. There's a NES Toho D-Make he made me play. Let's go over to Cerulean. So, Cerulean, same question if you're still around. Hello.
Now, can anybody hear me? Because before I Guess my volume was low or something.
Your voice is so
Nah, I can hear
smooth.
you.
Awesome.
I thought I didn't know what they was talking about in the chat. I can hear you. Maybe your voice is just low. I don't know.
Originally,
you just got
my
a deep voice.
yeah,
got a really
originally
deep voice.
my volume was like at 50, so I bumped it up to 100.
Yeah, your
But,
voice is awesome.
Oh, thanks. Geez, just limiting it to like one retro game.
Not
is tough,
really.
but
You can talk about multiple if
Yeah.
you want.
But if I could just put a spotlight on one, I'll just say, let me see, Dandopachi Diojo.
Ooh,
It's like
shooter.
Really, yeah, it's one of my favorites shmups of all time.
It's also a
and,
modern type of shooter, right? Like it has bomb
Yeah,
mechanics.
pretty much, yeah.
Grazing.
Yep.
So, why would you recommend that to people?
It's a good entry point. Because like before, interestingly, there was Dodonpachi, there was Donpachi, then there was Dodonpachi, and then there was a release of Donpachi 2, which was not done by Cave. It was actually outsourced. So Diojo was actually a soft reboot of sorts. So it was it was a good entry point for anybody that wanted to jump into the series, because it's a nice mix of like classic but also like modern, like shoot 'em up sensibilities. So like it's very tough though. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but you're interested in shoot 'em ups, give it a shot. I think they're gonna do a re-release finally after the 360 version, which was kind of mixed on people's opinions, but yeah, that's my pick.
Alright, Dodonpachi, right? I think it's on the PS1, right? I might try it this weekend.
The original is, yeah. I'm talking about Diojo. It's it's technically the third entry, but I think Cave thinks of it as like the second, which is weird because there's Donpachi, which is technically the first, and then there's Dodonpachi. And like I said, there was a Dodonpachi 2, but it wasn't made by Cave. I forget who the company was, but it was so like poorly received that Cave like went and just did a soft reboot.
Oh, I see.
And so this game actually appeared on PS2 and Xbox 360 so far, but I think M2 are about to do a shot what's their label, Shot Triggers, I think. They're gonna do a modern re-release for it, so keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. While you're on the subject of shoot 'em ups for the like PS2 and stuff, there is another shoot 'em up for the PS2 that's very obscure. I'd recommend you guys try it if you haven't. Shikigami no Shiro 2, Castle of Shikigami.
Good one.
Yeah, it's also kind of a modern shooter. Okay, let's go to Retro Gamer Levon. Sorry I had to mute you, Levon.
It's okay,
Here we go.
you're forgiven.
So, what's an obscure retro game that you wish had more recognition that you'd recommend?
Well, I recommend the game on the Nintendo GameCube. Oh, sorry. It is called Beautiful Joe. Now, this game, Beautiful Joe on the Nintendo GameCube, was basically a game where you played as this like teenager named Joe, and he had a girlfriend named Sylvia, and they went to the movies, and eventually they were kissing in the movies, and then one of the bad guys came, and they like from the movie, the bad guy comes and takes away your girlfriend, and the object of the game is you have to rescue her from the bad guys. So eventually, Joe gets into the movie. He meets up with Captain Blue, and he becomes Beautiful Joe. It's like a love. The series is like a love letter to Kamen Rider. If you guys never heard of like y'all heard of Kamen Rider, right?
Yeah.
The Kamen Rider series. Yeah, it's a love letter to Kamen Rider, Beautiful Joe. I recommend on Nintendo GameCube because that game is not talked about a lot. Like, and I felt like Beautiful Joe should have been more received in the Capcom lineup because it's a really good beat 'em up on the GameCube and the PS2. And the GameCube got Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble, but that's my I'll talk about that later. But Beautiful Joe as a franchise, I felt like it should have gotten a third game, Beautiful Joe, Beautiful Joe 3. That's what I felt like it should have gotten. But sadly, we got 1 and 2, which are both good games. But the first Beautiful Joe game, I recommend it for the GameCube because it's a lot of fun. You can beat up the bad guys. You can transform into Beautiful Joe by saying "Head to the Yokos, baby." You can fight. You can, and there's a lot of the bosses, man. Don't even get me started on the bosses. They are incredible. If you watch Kamen Rider, if you're a fan of Kamen Rider or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Beautiful Joe is right up your alley. It's a really good beat 'em up on the GameCube. And when I say really good beat 'em up, I meant really good beat 'em up for the GameCube. So if you're a fan of Power Rangers and Kamen Rider, don't give Beautiful Joe a shot. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah, I think Cerulean wants to say something about that. Go ahead.
Oh well, I guess I could expand on that, but yeah, the mechanics especially are pretty intuitive. I mean, you got which is funny because they used it in Mega Man 11, the time mechanics and like slowing down time and adding like more damage to bosses and enemies that way, and just
Yeah,
like
I
your
agree.
timing too.
Yeah, what I do
It's
know
like you
about
gotta be like,
Beautiful Joe is that it also had like a PSP version, I think. But I think that was kind of
Yeah.
different.
Oh, but when they come back, I'm gonna start.
Yeah, long time.
I think
Well,
I think was that on consoles too, but it was like a Smash it was like a Smash like, wasn't it?
you,
On PSP.
are you talking?
I have no idea.
Beautiful
Like,
Joe.
I just know it had one.
Are you talking about Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble?
Yes, that
Yeah,
one.
that's what it was. Yep.
Would
I'm
you
gonna
like?
check
Yeah,
those
but
games out.
yeah,
I forget if
definitely.
that was on
Beautiful Joe is awesome. If you're a fan of Power Rangers or Kamen Rider, then the game is right up your alley. Because
Yes.
fun fact, the game has a lot of references to Kamen Rider and Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's like a tokusatsu thingy with a henshin.
Yeah, that's what Beautiful Joe is. It's a very good series. That's how I fell in love with it. And I would compare Beautiful Joe, if I had two favorite Capcom characters, it'd be Mega Man and Beautiful Joe.
Okay. Alright.
Original Mega Man or
I would say .exe Mega Man.
Okay, so I think everybody.
Awesome
Mega Man.
Okay, I think everybody already answered the question sufficiently. Right. So let's move on to the next one. Here's this one is kind of controversial, ain't it? Here's the question. What's your stance on emulation? And do you use emulators yourself? I'll start. Of course I use emulators. You guys know my show, right? During the weekend, Emulation Nation. Wherein I use all kinds of...
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I use all kinds of emulators to play games which you guys request me to play. And also some games that I just want to show off for a little while. See, the reason I use emulators is, growing up, I only had a Pentium MMX PC, 166 megahertz, 32 megabytes of RAM, and 1 gigabyte. Oh no, 500 megabytes of hard disk space. So I had that, and it was not a very powerful machine for that time. And my only other video game system was a Game Gear, which I've shown yesterday. So I wanted to play other games as well, and first of all, I played some DOS games, which were not very good. Shareware games, freeware games, stuff like that. They were not that good. And then I discovered the magic of emulators. ZSNES, BioNES, Genesis. Yeah, and I discovered that my system could actually play those games sufficiently. Not perfectly, mind you. Sufficiently. Like, I could only play SNES games at 320 pixels, which I guess was okay. But it didn't have transparencies and stuff. So that's when I got to play a lot of 16-bit systems during that time. So that's why, that was my only experience with those types of games. So that's why I love emulators. They let me play many games that I would never have experienced back then. So, that's my stance on it. What about you, Yasuke?
What was the first direct question about
Yes.
emulators?
What's your stance on emulation? And do you use emulators?
My stance on emulation is, I'm pro emulation. If you guys ever heard my channel or seen my channel before, my whole channel is based on, emulators. Emulation. If you guys look at my playlist, I name the console and the emulator I'm using. You know what I'm saying? And I describe it in every description, and I give all the names and all the slangs to it. I go real, descriptive in the descriptions of my videos and stuff. You guys should check that out. About emulators, just like LCX said, I also wouldn't play these games that I've never gotten to play because of lack of money. Some games I would never play because I grew up in the West, so I would never get Japanese games like the Final Fantasy games, 1, 2, and 3 for the NES, 4 and 6 for the SNES. You know what I'm saying? We called it 1, 2, and 3, which is like the first one, then the second one is the fourth one, and the third one is like the sixth one, I think. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get most of the Final Fantasy, so we miss out on things because of money or whatever these companies, you know what I'm saying, whatever have you. I've had these games in my possession for so long. I only have a few thousand, and right now my terabyte is full. I got one of these terabyte things, and I use this thing up. I only got like 20 gigabytes left because I just ain't got no more space. I need more space for more emulation. I use so much of them. I play PlayStation 2 games, but I can't record them because, you know what I'm saying, PS2 emulation is iffy. It's better on the phone than it is on the, the computer. If somebody knows anything better, please let me know the info. Yeah, that's my stance on emulation.
Okay, thank you very much, Yasuke. I have pretty much the same stance as you, and yeah, it is really better on the phone. Anyways, let's go to K2J. So, same question, K2J. What's your stance on emulation, and do you use emulators? You don't, do you?
Yeah, I do use I got all of my OG Xboxes are all hacked. So that's what I use to play my Super Nintendo. Yeah, because I don't have a physical Super Nintendo anymore. So I use that to play all of those. So, if y'all ever see me streaming Super Nintendo or certain Sega Genesis games, because there's some Sega games that I don't physically have, especially like Japanese ones. So if I'm like streaming one of them, or it's just a game I don't have on Genesis physically, I'll just do it on there. And then like the Atari stuff and the regular Nintendo stuff, all that's off my hacked Xbox.
Oh,
But as
yeah.
far as like the PlayStation and oh what happened?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that, yeah, you do use emulation. But you use your consoles to emulate older consoles and stream them, right?
Well, it's just my original it's just my original Xbox, but the actual Xbox games aren't emulated. Those like Dead or Alive 3 and Spike Out Battle Street and the Halo games, even though I haven't gotten around to streaming Halo yet, but those games I actually have physical Xbox copies of. So I legit put a disc in that to play those. Because it still acts like a regular Xbox when you do that. But then like there's an emulator program in them that, does some completely different other stuff that it's not supposed to do. That's what I be, using it for. And well, for the most part. Well, I do have a burnt copy of Guilty Gear X2 on a CD. So yeah, that's not. So yeah, I got that physical too, even though it's burnt. But the Dreamcast, all my PlayStation stuff, and most of my Sega Genesis stuff, none of that's emulated. That's legitimate.
Oh, okay. I get it. So,
Oh, as far as my stance on emulation, I mean, I don't think it's hurting nothing. If you can, get access to something like that, I mean, I say go for it. I mean, if somebody got something to say, tell them to kiss your ass. I would. I have.
yeah, but what
And
if
what the hell they got to do with that?
yeah, but what if emulators killed somebody's uncle?
I remember that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with K2J Extreme.
Yeah. So,
And can't nobody tell you what you can and can't play? I mean, what the hell? Oh, we all grown folks. We're gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do.
let's
Yeah, I agree, K2J.
yeah. I'm gonna say hi first to let's see, near Tengu and Eugene, who just entered the chat on YouTube. Hello, we're having a nice little talk show here. So let's move on to who's next.
And sorry if I using too much language too.
That's okay. That's okay. You can talk any way you want. This is an adult show, so it's alrighty. Anyways, does Robert Kraken General want to say something about emulators? Do you like emulators, Robert Kraken? Hello? Hello? Well,
This mic is muted.
Yeah.
yeah, he's muted, seems. I didn't do it. Anyways, let's go to, I think it's Cerulean next, right? So,
Yeah,
same
although
question.
did he unmute himself, I think?
Wait, oh.
Hmm.
Yes, go ahead, Robert
Oh, now
Kraken.
he's back muted.
There. Go ahead, do you like emulators? Do you use emulators, Robert Kraken? Hello? I can hear somebody speaking very, very faintly. Might be some technical issues. Oh, there you are. Hello? Alrighty. Well, while Robert Kraken sorts out his technical issues, I think it's Cerulean next, right? What's your stance on emulators and on emulation? And do you use emulators yourself?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. On my last stream that I mentioned, Sonic 2 Game Gear, I actually did use RetroArch for that, emulating a Game Gear screen. So it would have the dots and stuff like what would appear on an actual Game Gear screen. And my stance is, yeah, people have the right to access these games in any means necessary because most of them are not even being sold anymore. And I mean, you can say like, oh, well, if you don't own the actual game, that you aren't supporting the developer. Well, the developer's not getting that money. It's like a third party seller on eBay or Yahoo Japan or whoever. Pick your poison. But yeah, definitely. And in fact, for myself, I like to use emulation just because it offers more features like save states, or say you have like newer consoles like PS2 or and up, and you can actually improve the graphics compared to like the original consoles. Like you should see what you can do with N64 games. They have this awesome PC port of Mario 64, and just like opening up the source code, open up a whole new can of worms for that game. So yeah, the possibilities that emulation provides is like cannot be understated. And you see the big companies like Nintendo and everybody, they offer emulation themselves. So it's like, say what you will, but emulation's here to stay.
Yeah, and when they remaster old games, right? When they remaster old games, a lot of these remasters are just very quick AI upscaled games, which are actually using emulation sometimes.
Right. Or they'll have like, a multiple collection of games, which are really nothing more than ROMs.
Yeah, I've seen somebody on YouTube actually make a video about that, about how he was hired to write an emulator specifically for a Nintendo re-release of an old game. I've seen it somewhere. Anyways,
Interesting. But
so
on that subject, emulation's come a long way, but there was a point where I preferred original hardware, especially like say Genesis, because like Genesis sound emulation like could be hit or miss. Like you've heard of the what's that company? They used to put out these Genesis machines before Sega themselves stepped in, but you play Sonic 1 and like the sound was just like terrible. It was off. And so that's where like the original hardware can come in to like, show like, okay, this is how it actually sounds. And a lot of people's perceptions were going by, poor emulation.
yeah, go
And
ahead.
so, like I said,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Yasuke. I think you wanted to say something.
Said E.T. Meyervid said at game. Is that the company?
Yeah, at games, that's it.
Oh, app
Yep.
games. I remember those. They've
There's
improved
like-
so
You know
much.
what?
Since?
Games.
It seems they've improved
You,
since.
do y'all know about that Sega thing that, what was it? That Sega collection that came out for PS4 a few years ago?
Oh, the
Since.
Sega Genesis collection.
The sound is kind of off in some of the games on there. Like one of the ones that's really apparent is Streets of Rage 3. That game sounds horrible on that.
Yeah.
It
In
sounds
fact,
really
I have it
distorted,
on
man.
PC too. And the funny thing on that is that if you bought the games on Steam, like on the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive collection, you actually own the actual ROM, so you don't even have to play it on the built-in emulator. You could just like convert the I think they were .md files or something like that, but you can convert them to like bin or whatever to play them on even better emulators. So there is
But you
that.
know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? The Mega Collection thing that came out for PS3. Prior to that one, is actually it came out better on that than it did on the shit that came out on PS4.
Yeah,
Like they
in
don't
fact,
went backwards or something.
Yeah, I have the PSP collection too, and I don't recall that being terrible either. So it's weird.
Well, yeah, that's because
Yeah, it's like they done went backwards with it, man.
the Genesis is a really old system. Any potato can emulate it, so I don't know how they messed that up.
It's like really tricky sometimes. Even like the big publishers have trouble sometimes getting the sound emulated correctly. But lately, I think that's haven't been a problem recently, because like a lot of new releases have been pretty spot on, I think. So that's just emulation growing pains, I guess.
Probably. That's understandable.
It seems that the Genesis collection on Switch is lag city, according to Eugene, but it seems okay
Yeah,
on
Switch
Steam.
has
you ain't
like
lying about
inherent
that.
lag apparently. So like, it depends on the game, but a lot of like Joy-Con, like just the way they communicate with the Switch, it's like I think like 5 frames of lag, and then the game it depends how it's
5
programmed.
frames? That's huge.
Yeah.
I seen videos of that. Look, I thought the PS4 version had problems, man.
Yeah,
The damn
PS4
Switch
actually has
version
better.
isn't-
It has
Yeah.
slightly better lag control than Switch, but yeah, like we've heard of the Cotton 2 Saturn tribute collection as like a really recent example of like how bad like lag can affect gameplay.
You know it's bad when you're not even playing online and you still get it like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Playing offline mode and you catching that shit. What the hell?
Yeah,
Well, I don't-
Sonic plus lag is a bad time, definitely.
Well, I think they should refund the game if it's that laggy. The collection, I mean.
I think they did a patch. I hacked my PS4, so I can't test it because it's like a firmware. It requires a firmware above where I'm at. I'm on like 9.0, and it's like 9.01, I think. So I can't test it, but I heard it got a little better. Still not perfect. I have Cotton Boomerang, so I do have a frame of reference, and yeah, it is.
Oh,
it
you
is
messed with
slightly
Cotton
laggy.
Series too?
Yep.
Damn.
It was a
Okay.
big year for her last year.
I got the Cotton joints. I wouldn't have said nothing about it if you hadn't have said that.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, oh yeah, he said Cotton Boomerang.
that would have been a good series to get some recognition, but it did have a lot of releases last year, so I think it got that base pretty covered. It had the
You
reboot,
guys-
then they had the Panorama Cotton.
Well,
Guys,
Eugene said.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead. Yes?
I have to get back to work now, but I want to say LCX, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome, Levon. And everybody, please subscribe to Retro Gamer. What's your name? Retro Gamer Levon, if you haven't already.
Radical Retro Gamer
Yes,
Levon,
Radical.
actually.
Radical Retro Gamer Levon, if you haven't. And thank you for
Yeah.
dropping by and sharing your experiences and inputs on retro games with us. Bye bye. Bye
It's
bye.
okay. See ya.
All right, LeVon.
Levon.
Take
I
care.
know I'm about to sub the homeboy in a minute. Dude that's talking to us now. Cyril, I can't pronounce it.
Oh,
Hey,
Cerulean.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and follow your channel, man.
I don't really
Yes.
put much on there. I think mostly I've been putting NGS like PSO2 like random videos or something.
Oh yes,
I'll still check it out.
Eugene and Great White North just subscribed to Cerulean because you have an awesome voice.
Oh, thanks.
That's what they said in the chat. So let's move on to the next question. Here's another one. How about modern games? Which modern games would you recommend and why? So I'll start. So modern games. Well, you see, I don't have a lot of modern consoles or experience with modern PC games, right? I only have a Switch. That's my most modern console, a Switch Lite. So what I would recommend actually is phone games. That's right, mobile games. So one game that I would recommend, which is a lot of fun, me and Yasuke played it, and I'm trying to get Mid-Tier Guard to play it, is Mobile Legends. It's a MOBA game. Basically, it's a clone of League of Legends, but for the phone. And on the phone, there is a League of Legends game, actually. But, even though the phone already has, like, mobile games, there's already a mobile version of League of Legends called League of Legends Wild Rift, which is basically just a port of the PC game. I think they streamlined it to make the fights a little bit faster, so that they end faster, but it's the same thing. But Mobile Legends is more popular, and they've been sued multiple times. Because, they copy the gameplay, they sometimes copy the heroes, actually. Especially the abilities of the heroes. They sometimes copy. And they've been sued by League of Legends multiple times. They pay them off every time because, they make a lot of money. They're like the second most popular game on Google Play. Anyways, I'd actually recommend that game. It's a lot of fun if you like MOBA games. And, it's very complex. Yeah, it has a lot of complex mechanics. There's a very active esports scene. And I think the Philippines is the current champion worldwide. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for modern games. League of Legends. For phones or tablets. Alrighty, let's go to Yasuke. So Yasuke, modern games. Which ones would you recommend? Why?
Oh, me?
Yay.
Go ahead, Logan. Go ahead, Logan.
Oh, wait.
Introduce you.
Logan is back. Hello, Logan.
What's
Welcome back.
Weba.
Hello? Logan? Elder?
Alright,
LDP.
that's what's up.
Well, Halo. Anyways, Logan
you got
is... Yeah, Logan isn't,
Oh, what's up, LPD? Or LDP, damn.
Logan
What's
isn't
up?
speaking right now, so we'll get to him later. So, back to the question, Yasuke. Modern games. Which ones would you recommend and why?
Alright, so, I don't play modern games myself, right? I only emulate. But if I had to guess, I would say the remake of Final Fantasy VII. I do love that game. I've been watching the YouTubes of it, the Twitch reviews of it, and stuff like that. I also play mobile games. I also recommend that as well. Mobile Legends, like LCX said, I am into it, and it's pretty fun. You guys should check it out. We're gonna play it a little bit later. I just checked out my phone. I'm at 100%, so you know what I'm saying. We may get to it one day soon. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for that.
Alrighty. So, next in line would be K2J. I know K2J plays both retro and modern games. So, modern games, K2J. Which ones would you recommend? Why?
Again, there's so many of them, man.
So many.
And there's some that I consider to be modern, you know, other people would consider modern. I guess I'll say, yeah. You know what? I don't have an answer right now. There's too many games out there.
Too many games, huh?
I mean,
So-
I don't know how many fighting game fans we got in the chat, in the
Yes.
audience.
How about fighting games? Modern fighting game. Which would you recommend? We got one I know who's into modern fighting games. It's right there. Talking about Genshin Impact.
I got an answer, but it's gonna have to be more than one game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a list. I guess I'll recommend
The best
Tekken
So three.
7, King of
to the
Fighters,
top 3.
15, Street Fighter 5, and you know what? Yeah,
Arumi.
Blaze Blue
That's-
Central Fiction. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Along with that cross tab battle game.
How
I
about
got
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat?
Kombat for anyone that's into that. And Dragon. Well, you know what? I don't even get the new Dragon Ball Z games for real. I mean, I got the Xenoverses.
No love for the Budokai series?
I already got those, but again, I mean, I don't think a lot of people consider the Budokais and Tenkaichi modern anymore. That's the only reason why I didn't throw those out.
I see.
I mean, Tenkaichi 3 was the last one, and that came out back in 2007. That was over a decade ago.
So,
I mean,
here's...
if you want me to count that, yeah, I'll count those.
Wait, here's a question about fighting games. What do you think of the auto combos and easy specials in modern fighters?
What do I think of them?
Yeah.
I think that I think it hinders people's legitimate fighting skills because it's doing it for you. So you can't really your fighting skills aren't really gonna go anywhere because you're not manually doing it.
How about the specials, like one-button specials, like direction plus single button turns into a special?
Yeah, I think it's lame. I really do. I think it kind of sucks. I mean, it's cool that it's optional, but again, if you go the auto combo route, it definitely will stunt your fighting ability.
In Battle for the Grid, the Power Rangers games, it's not optional. The specials are really one button. The specials are just one button in Battle for the Grid, the Power Rangers game, the new one.
I mean, I'll say this: if this is the kind of stuff that I guess fighting game developers are throwing in now, it just tells me that I guess a lot of people in the fighting game community getting kind of lazy with trying to do stuff in fighting games. And man, like it's pushing one button, like one single button to do a whole thing. instead of like manually doing all of that. I mean yeah. I mean, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah. So, you don't like it, personally?
I need something a little bit more complicated than that. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not speaking for everybody.
Ah, yes. Cerulean, asked what is modern games? Is that so? Well, it's one of the questions, actually. Over here, but we'll get to that eventually. Anyways, if Cerulean wants to talk about it, it's your turn to talk anyway, Cerulean.
Okay. So going by modern, I'll just say like stuff that's been released like recently, like for like Switch, PS4, Xbox, Series X and up. I'll recommend this game. It hooked me, like, I'm not gonna lie. I dedicated like almost like a whole week to it. It's a game called Little Witch No Better, and it's like a cutesy
Wait,
Dark Souls, like
Wait a second.
where you play as this little witch, and I mean, you can make it. Yeah, I mean, they have different skill levels, but it can be tough too. But just the play mechanics, like where you can go between casting magic or using your wand to like do melee. It was pretty satisfying. I enjoyed my time with it immensely.
Little Witch No Better. What kind of game is it?
Like I said, it was like a Souls like, so it's
Oh,
like,
it's a Souls-like,
third person like with, hard enemies, but you can play it on easy if you want to.
I have
But
never
they
played a
have, like-
Souls game, personally.
Oh yeah, huh.
Yeah.
I've only ever played really Demon Souls for PS3. I wanted to play the Dark
Never.
Souls series, but just never got a chance to get around to them. So,
Like, the closest
and I
thing
have
I've ever...
Bloodborne on my PS Plus.
Yeah. The closest thing I've ever played to a Dark Souls game would be E7, sort of, the bosses on Nightmare mode. And,
Oh yeah, Nightmare mode, yeah.
Let's see,
Especially the last boss.
Shadow of the Colossus, I guess. Sort of. But it's easier, I think. Anyways, so yeah, Little Witch No Better. It's, Souls-like, right? And
Yep.
what are the aesthetics of this game? What does it look like?
It's actually pretty cutesy.
Anime.
It's like cute slash horror. So
So, anime
But-
style.
yeah. Oh yeah, very
Nice.
anime. The enemy designs are, they can be cute. They can be, they go in a horror direction. Although I don't find them scary or anything, but
Mid-tier guard says
yeah, it's Moe.
It's Moe. Nice.
Moe.
Moe.
Oh yeah.
No, that's different.
No More Heroes is a good one too. No More Heroes series, definitely. Yakuza, the Yakuza series. It's a nice mix of like series drama slash wacky hijinks.
I only know the meme song from Yakuza.
Dame Dame,
Yes, exactly.
Bakamitai.
Bakamitai.
I remember when it was just like two PS2 games. If you told like the younger me, like, oh hey, everybody knows Yakuza now, I'm like, you're crazy. This is hella niche. Nobody's gonna play these games. Then all of a sudden, Yakuza 0 hit PS4, and then it just like ballooned from there. I'm like, damn.
Alrighty. So, let's go to Eldiner if Eldiner wants to talk. Hello. So, the question is modern games. Which ones would you recommend, Logan? Why? You're unmuted and stuff. Yeah.
You definitely at the
Airport.
airport.
Yeah,
Yep.
airport.
Oh, he's at the airport. Alrighty. So, how about rubber crack in general? Do you want to talk, modern games? Which ones would you recommend? Muted and unmuted? And, hello? And we can't hear anything. Let me check. You're not muted. User volume is full. Well. Hello? Do you want to talk?
Everybody can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
hear him.
Modern games. New games. Which ones would you recommend? Well. You're muted again, so I suppose it's time to move on to the next question. Now, let's
I can
switch
still
things.
hear him trying to say something.
Let's switch things up a bit. So, here's the next question. Are you an anime fan? What shows would you recommend and why? So, I go first. So, yes, I'm an anime fan. And, yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. So, as for the shows that I'd recommend, it would actually depend on the person, right? The person I'm recommending it to. Like, there are way too many anime. So, it's like anime is for everyone. It's the Animax slogan. It's the Animax slogan. Anime is for everyone. So, there are shows for, like, everybody. But the ones I would recommend as, like, something generic, with something that anybody would like, would be the Makoto Shinkai movies. Definitely. So, you guys know the Makoto Shinkai movies, right? Like,
Movie?
Your Name, Kimi no Nawa. And,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Tenki no Ko, or, I think they translated that differently.
Like Voices on a Distant Star or something like that, I think was his first one.
Yes, exactly. So my favorite one would be 5 centimeters per second. Basically, it's just a short movie, and it's 3 separate stories, and it's all about how the distance grows between 2 people as you grow up, right? And it's compared to like the rate in which the sakura leaves fall. They fall at a rate of 5 centimeters per second. And that's the rate in which the distance between 2 people grows. So it's a lot like Your Name. It's a lot like Your Name in that there was this, when they were younger, there was this boy and girl. They were around 12, I think. 11 to 12. They were sweethearts. And at the end of the movie, they see each other again. They've been living separate lives. They were separated after they graduated, I think. After they went to high school. They were separated, and then they now have different lives. I think the girl has a family now. And the guy, something was... he was from a failed relationship. Then they see each other as a train passes by, just like Your Name, just like the ending of Your Name. And then they walk away. That's it. That's the ending, and I think that's beautiful. I know most people will be disappointed that they didn't end up together, but it fits in with the theme, 5 centimeters per second. I think there's something beautiful in that. So yeah, that's my recommendation. So, if anyone
Oh yeah,
wants
Yeah.
definitely.
to
Yeah.
discuss it, or should we, yeah, let's move on to Yasuke. How about you, Yasuke? Question.
What was
Are
the
you
question
an
again?
Yeah, are you an anime fan? What shows would you recommend and why?
Most definitely, I'm an anime fan. I want to address that because some people like to say sometimes that some people aren't an anime fan because they don't watch certain anime that other people do. So they say, "Oh, you're not an anime fan." And you know what I'm saying? Those toxic people, you gotta watch out for them. If you like any type of anime, you know what I'm saying, you could like that. Some people say the Boondocks is anime. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's drawn in an anime style, but uh, I wouldn't say that anime per se. You know, I did like the comics back in the day. I did keep up with it, and I bought the books before it even became a TV show. But I would say, as far as anime, what I would like is Naruto's good. Naruto's good. Dragon Ball Z is alright. I don't like it takes the anime. Sometimes it be taking like a full episode, sometimes 2 episodes for a character to power up for a 2 second fight, a 2 minute fight, and then they talking the rest of the time and stuff like that. But Naruto, I read, you know, Naruto, you feel me though? But Naruto, I
Yeah.
read entire thing, you know what I'm saying, cover to cover, all 701, 705, I don't know what it is actually, but I read all of that stuff. Boruto, not so much, but I would definitely say you guys should check that out. Now they do have too many specials with the Naruto show. Like you gotta watch it up to a certain point. Once Sasuke leaves, I would say jump over to Shippuden because there was I would say like 122 episodes that was just filler episodes, BS episodes, callbacks and stuff. I mean, check it out if you like it, but if you want to keep up with the story, just watch that, then jump to the Shippuden and watch all of that. And the Ward, oh my gosh, there's so many episodes in that. I didn't even finish the anime. Maybe we can do a watch party on that one day if you want to check it out. I'll start over the show or something like that. I'll see if I can work that out or something like that. You guys let me know on the info. But yeah, that's my answer on that.
That sounds like a plan, Yasuke. So, Naruto, right?
Yeah, Naruto.
I forgot to focus you. Sorry about that. I was drawing. Anyways, now it's time for, K2J.
Can we see what you real quick?
Oh, you wanna see what I'm drawing? Okay. I share my
Yeah.
screen with you guys. Right here.
I can see the chat here,
There we go.
but I can't see.
Let me focus this. How do I focus this? Can you guys see it?
See? Hold up.
I'm sharing
see it.
my stream right now. Alrighty. That's what I'm drawing right now. Courtesy of mid-tier guard. Yes, this is a request, sort of, like a recommendation on what to draw by mid-tier guard.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So,
that's what's up.
now then, K2J, are you an anime fan? What shows would you recommend and why?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely an anime fan. I would say Dragon Ball Z, but I share Yasuke's sentiment on that. It used to fucking drive me insane when they be just talking and powering up, just taking forever to do that, and then fight, and then it only lasts for a little while, and it just drags on the sagas for no reason. Like it like as far as Dragon Ball, I prefer the games over the show now, just because they just go right into it. they actually jump to each other while they whooping each other's tail. You know, I
Oh,
can
man.
respect that. But I guess I'd say I used to be really into Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that's a classic. Which Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, I used to be really into that.
So which Ghost in the Shell? The TV series, standalone complex, or the
The movie
movie?
and the two TV series that they had.
Okay,
Standalone complex and
since-
then the second gig. I liked all of it.
yeah, since you mentioned that, what did you like about Ghost in the Shell?
I like that cyberpunk thing. Yeah, I like how it looked.
What's it called? I think the Laughing Man, was it? In
Yeah, that was in the first one.
standalone complex.
It had a lot of really complex things
Yes.
going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it had it. And then I'm a huge fan of the Matrix movies too, and it had a lot of that in there, and I just like a lot of that scientific future technology type stuff like that. And I like the characters.
So, who's your favorite?
I want to say it's between the main chick in the thing, and then you got the dude with the glasses. I forgot their names because I haven't
That's
watched that.
Bato. Yeah, that's
so
Bato
long,
and
man.
Motoko Kusanagi.
Yeah, him. And then I actually like the well, I forgot everybody's names in that show.
Togusa, the human guy. The fully human guy is Togusa.
The dude with the long brown hair, right?
Yeah,
he was
that's
like
right.
basically
He's fully human.
the most normal character. He was like the most normal, laid back character out of the cast. But
And yet
I
he's
liked him though.
badass.
He had another side to him when it came down to it.
Yeah, he's badass even though he's fully human. He's not afraid to get in there and fight. I like him, Togusa.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to die.
Yeah, because at first glance, you thinking, there ain't really much to this dude. But man, when the chips are down though, man, he be going in.
Yeah. I mean, he's a field agent as well, right? Yeah, he's the one who does the fighting, even though he's fully human. I think he's pretty awesome as well. Good thing you.
Yeah, but he's not out there like the rest of them are. But he fits in with them because again, when shit hit the fan, man, he's right there, front and center.
Yeah. What's her name? I think Section 7, was it?
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy 7 in the beginning of it when it was in Midgar.
Avalanche.
There's a lot of things
Sector
about
7.
it that kind of makes me think of that too.
Oh, we should have had Eldiner in here. I bet he'd have something to say about Final Fantasy 7. You guys have anything to say about K2J's recommendation?
Final Fantasy 7?
No, Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, Ghost in the Shell? I like that show. I would enjoy starting it over sometime soon, actually.
Alright, looks like Cerulean is back with us. You want to
I haven't
talk?
seen Ghost in the Shell since like 2000, like late 2000s. That's how long ago it was. And Oh
Same
God, they
for
have a
me.
live action Ghost in the Shell movie. I bet it's ass. But then again, I don't like. You know, I got something to say about that. I'm glad he brought that up because I've never been a fan of anything that started off being anime or animated getting turned into live action because 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be pure shit.
So I'm gonna be a bit of a detractor here about that one. I have seen it in the movies actually. The one starring Scarlett Johansson. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was very true to the TV series. I saw
Yeah.
it. I thought it was very true to the TV
Same with
series.
Speed Racer too. I thought that was pretty decent too.
So,
Fun
anyways,
Speed Racer?
yeah, Speed
Yeah, the
Racer.
live action
Cameron.
Speed Racer.
Oh yeah, most
I didn't
definitely.
even know about that one.
I ain't gonna lie, I saw that. I really liked that. That was a
Yeah,
good movie.
and Battle Angel Alito is another pretty decent one, I think too.
Yeah, but I think it was 3D, right? 3D CG.
It was like
Yeah.
live action / CG.
Yep.
I thought there was supposed to be a part 2 of that.
So, anyways, it's your turn, Cerulean. Are you an
Oh,
anime
okay.
fan? What shows would you
Oh,
recommend?
definitely.
And why?
Yeah, I was an anime fan before. I'm like real old school, so before I even knew it came from Japan, I used to see like shows on like I think Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, and they used to play stuff like Noozles or I think the original Dragon Quest, The Legend of Dai,
Oh, this
back in
dude
the
going
80s.
way back.
Great
Oh yeah.
Adventure of
Going
Dai.
back to the early 90s. Are you
Unico, the
around my age?
Fantastic Adventures of
I'm 39.
Unico.
No,
Yeah.
no, you around my age because I'm
Time Quest?
39 years old. You sound like you around
Oh,
that.
you're
Talking
not too
about
far
the
from me then.
Noozles?
Yep.
I
mhm.
never hear nobody mention Noozles or Maya the Bee or any of that anymore.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the people that grew up with that stuff, they either grew out of anime or they just like kept it to themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been into anime. Like, I didn't know it was from Japan, but like just the art style alone, I was like, huh, this is interesting. Let me sit down and watch this. And then you play video games, and then it's like, how come the characters don't look like the character in the game? It's like you look at the box and you're like, something's not right here. So yeah.
I remember looking at
Recommendations, I would say Cowboy Bebop, Moribito. I don't hear anybody talking about that anime, but that was a pretty good one. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex is another great series. Jeez, there's so many, but I'll leave it to those three for now.
Cowboy Bebop awesome and Trigun.
Yep, Outlaw Star.
Yeah. Oh my
How about
goodness.
Rurouni Kenshin?
Yeah, Rurouni
Mhm.
Kenshin. Yep. I especially like the Samurai X OVA series.
Ah, yes, Seiso Hen and, what's another one? Crescent Betrayal. Yeah, Crescent Betrayal is better. Because Seiso Hen, I think, is more of an abbreviated version of
Yeah,
the
it was like
final
sort
part.
of like half of the revenge arc, I think, if I remember correctly.
Jinshu, yeah. It wasn't really the same as the Jinshu arc, though. Because they gave Kenshin some kind of skin disease and killed him off.
Yeah.
But he's still alive in the manga right now. Old, but alive. Anyways,
That's crazy.
so I have a question for Cerulean, though. You have an anime girl avatar. Did you draw that? Did you draw that?
Actually, that's an OC of mine, and a friend of mine that he was going through some tough times, and we were talking on Twitter, and he like as a show of like thanks for everybody, he did free sketches for everybody. So this is my character, Rabby. She's like a rabbit girl. muscular, but
Rabbit
cute.
girl.
And I've had, she's been around for a while. She's originally started out as like a character that was like me only female, but then she just turned into her own character.
I do
So
Pecora laugh.
yeah,
Hello,
and it's
Victoria.
being the year of the rabbit, so I'll probably do more with her.
Year of the Rabbit. You familiar with
Yeah.
Pecora?
Oh yeah, yep. Great VTuber.
Awesome VTuber, Pecora. Also based. She played Hogwarts Legacy
heavily
earlier.
based.
She played Hogwarts Legacy. She don't care about your cancel culture. So, that concludes it for the anime stuff, I guess. I have one more recommendation for you guys. It's very good for
Wait, what about
beginners.
Inuyasha?
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha's good too. I forgot about it.
How about Ranma 1/2 though?
Run
Or
the
even
half, yeah.
before that, Usei Yatsura.
Oh, Urusei Yatsura has a new series now.
What about Big
Yeah.
O? I know y'all
Big O,
remember
yeah.
Big O.
Oh yeah, Big O. Japanese Mecha Batman. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's the perfect description for that.
Welcome, or
That
Chief
motherfucker was
Reviews.
Bruce Wayne.
Welcome.
Hey, work
Okay.
chief.
Say what next?
You wanna join in? Anyone can join in.
in.
We are having fun here.
Hey, I
Wait,
gotta
hey,
take
hey,
off.
what was yours?
I gotta head back to work, so I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you for dropping
Alright.
by, Cerulean. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
So I have a recommendation for you guys. This is a recommendation from me and Mid-Tier Guard. It's good for beginners. Moetan. Yes. It's an anime about learning English. I'll leave it at that.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'll leave it at
Okay.
that. Very good. Anyways, that's Robert
Get out
Kraken
of my
General.
head.
Wanna speak? Anime recommendations. Anime you like, Robert Kraken? Guess not. Well, had some merc from the series come in recently. Says Cerulean. Here's another question, guys. This one is more personal. Personal for me. Not for you guys. So it's okay. So as of now, the only modern console I have is a Switch Lite. Unless my phone counts. So if I were in the market to acquire a new console or handheld, what would you recommend? So let's start with Yasuke.
Me?
Yeah.
I too am in the same situation, but worse situation. I just have my laptop, so I really don't know too much about modern, consoles. But if I was to say to get anything, get a PS5 if you can, and get the Switch or whatever comes out after it. You know what I'm saying? As far as handhelds, I don't know if a screen is your thing. But if you want a big old screen, get the One Player X, I think it's called, or the One X Player, or just get the Steam Deck like everybody else is getting. Those are the only things I know. Or get a laptop, like I said, a good one.
Let's see. We have some stuff from the chat. What's your thoughts on the new Trigun? Has anyone seen the new Trigun? I haven't.
I haven't.
Personally.
I have it.
So no one's seen it. Next one, how did it become based playing Hogwarts Legacy? Well, it's because, people are getting cancelled for playing that. And, Pecora is a big YouTuber. So she's pretty based to just, play that and not care. Yeah, it's being cancelled because, J.K. Rowling eats babies or something like that.
What? I did not hear about this.
Nah.
So does that
Something about
mean all
feminism
games is
and
bad?
pronouns and J.K. Rowling being J.K. Rowling. Hellgirl, if you can. What?
Potter.
Yeah, I recommended Hellgirl in Brandon the Anime Guy's channel, actually. One of my recommendations for Halloween or Quark Chief reviews. Also, hello, Leo. Okay, let's go to K2J. K2J, oh, wait. We have somebody new here. Dragon Spooker. Hello!
Okay, man, too.
Are you our Quark Chief reviews? Hello, Dragoon Spooker? Dragon Spooker. Hello! Hello? Hi?
He just asked us that.
Konnichiwa wa. Well.
I haven't seen the gun, so I don't know too much about it. I just know about the old Trigun. I watched it. I like the manga. I like the anime of it. So I did see the Badlands movie. That's the most recent thing about Trigun I've seen.
Anyways,
Badlands are on board.
yeah. So let's go to K2J. So K2J, I only have a Switch Lite right now. So if I were in the market to acquire a new console or handheld, what would you recommend?
Definitely PS4, PS5. I heard, the new Xboxes, if you're an Xbox fan. I just got, PS4. I've never really been much of an Xbox guy. I just got the Xboxes I got because them bitches is modded. But, I've always been a Sony person. I don't know what you prefer though.
Yeah, I mostly have Sony consoles actually. I had a PS1, PS2,
PS4.
and then a PSP, PS Vita. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely go ahead and just finish that. PS4, PS5, whenever you're able to get the 5. I don't even have a 5 yet. I'm gonna wait a few years before I even get the 5. 'Cause, I don't really see any point in me spending all that money on that right now when a bunch of the stuff that's coming out for that is already on the 4.
Alrighty. Thank you very much
So
for
that's just
the
my take.
recommendations, guys. And mid-tier guard says
yeah.
I should get a new PC. Yeah, that's probably what I'm aiming for. New PC. Sometime this year, maybe. So, Dragon Spooker. Hello. You wanna say hi? Or not? Well. Anyways, I have just a few more questions if you guys are interested. Here's the next question.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to ask if Robert Kraken General has something to say. Hello? Hello? You're on? You're not on. Hello? Well, let's move on. Next question.
Wait, X, can you not hear him?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh,
Can
I
you?
can hear him.
Yeah,
He's
I can't hear him.
talking.
He's talking?
he said just hello.
Why can I not hear
Yep.
anything?
You really don't hear him right now?
Yes, I don't hear. Let me try muting and unmuting. Hello? Robert Kraken? Are you talking?
Oh, they can't hear each other.
Sorry,
How
technical
many people do you? Yeah.
difficulties.
Oh man, that's weird. We can hear them, but y'all can't hear each other.
Sorry, technical difficulties, I suppose. How about
Yeah, I hear
Dragon's?
you. I hear
Dragon
both of you. I
Spooker.
hear everybody in the thing.
Is Dragon Spooker speaking? Hello? Does Dragon Spooker talk?
That's
Yeah.
weird. That's definitely a technical problem.
So, I'm just asking you guys. Do you hear Dragon Spooker?
Yeah, I hear
say-
him. He's been like I think he can hear you, X, but he can't hear
Yeah,
me.
he
It's
just
like a
said anything
one
once.
way.
Okay, you know what? Discord kinda sucks.
Then there's people saying they can't hear no one on YouTube.
Let me
I don't know
try.
what's up.
Let me try.
Dude, now I'm wondering if everybody can hear me talk.
Mute, unmute. Dragon Spooker. I do not know why.
Oh, well, they hear me. You don't hear Dragon and
Yes.
Robert.
Yes, I don't hear them at all.
Huh.
I don't understand why. Probably just Discord being silly. Anyways. So Dragon Spooker left and Dragon Spooker is back. Hello? Can you say something? Can you guys hear him?
Yeah, he said testing 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
I can't hear you.
Wait, maybe I should disconnect. I'll try disconnecting. Hey. Disconnect. And join again. Hello! I am back.
So, Edie,
How about you guys
Okay.
say who you guys heard? We know who's being hurt and who's not being hurt. You guys gotta say name.
Right.
I'm Dragon Spooker. Orc War Chief Reviews.
Hello,
Yeah,
Orc War
you
Chief
gotta throw it
Reviews.
out.
Thank you. Finally, I can hear you.
yeah.
Hey, J, can you say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right.
You
Nice.
hear me, right?
I can hear you all now. Finally.
Yeah.
So, we weren't able to stream whatever it is you were saying, Dragon Spooker. Would
Oh,
you
I
like...
was just saying, you might want to go for a PC was the last thing I I said, and there's rumors of a remake of Samurai Champloo.
A remake, huh? I think it's pretty modern, though. That one. It still looks pretty modern to
That's
me.
pretty modern. Yeah, that's like what, mid 2000s, early
think,
2000s, 2000s,
Around early
or
2000s,
something
maybe.
like.
Oh,
Mhm.
they've remade a couple of versions recently that's been early 2000s. So
Yeah. Like Hunter x Hunter, right? So, anyways,
they've done.
I think you might wanna talk about anime, right? Are you an anime fan, and what shows would you recommend, Dragon Spooker?
Well, I would recommend if you want some unique stuff, it would be Hellgirl, maybe Kino's Journey. They're
Nice.
really ones that most people haven't seen before.
That's a
They're a
good.
little bit hard.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
good ones. Especially Kino's Journey. That's one of my favorites, actually.
Mm.
Wee! Echo!
Hey, what about Robert? He has some. I actually wanted to hear his.
Yes. Alright. What anime would you recommend, Robert Kraken? I can hear you now. Robert Kraken, I can hear you.
You mean the anime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. alcohol and the Shinchan is the anime on the joke.
Crayon
joke to this.
Shinchan. Yes.
Kochi Kame, maybe not. It's an officer and there is funny things, weird jokes,
Kochikame.
but yeah. And
I know,
see it.
Chan. I like that. I like that in-game show that Shin Chan be watching, Action Bastard. All the backgrounds are straight out of Dragon Ball Z. I like that show. Crayon
But Family
Shin-Chan.
Guy, I guess. You guys see
I
the
ain't missed
season?
not one Guy episode a day in my life.
Yeah.
I see all of the guys for sure.
I have seen a few episodes of Crayon Shinchan. It borders on the almost perverted, but not quite.
Okay. I wanna say two things. Family Guy and The Simpsons.
Those
Because-
are anime. Those are not anime.
Those are not. Those are cartoons. But
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Nickelodeon.
I mean,
what?
Nickelodeon has animes on it sometimes, but Simpsons and Family Guy definitely are not anime.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. What anime was on
I
Nickelodeon?
didn't watch all, but it wasn't Avatar, like borderline anime, or what was that?
No.
I think it was
What was
made by
Avatar?
I think it was animated partially
I
by
don't know.
a
I don't
Japanese
know
studio.
if anime still comes on Nickelodeon or not, but I know they have had anime cartoons on there before.
Really?
I
Oh,
thought that.
And I'm
that was
talking
the
like
one,
a very, very long time ago. I'm not talking about recent. I wouldn't know about recent because I stopped watching Nickelodeon.
Tier guard told me
I don't watch
Avatar's
Nickelodeon
Western
anymore.
anime confirmed.
Like I'm talking like back in the '90s.
really? Huh. Well,
They
I
had
was
anime.
like,
They had anime cartoons on Nickelodeon before. I mean, it's not. Most of their stuff on Nickelodeon ain't anime, but they have had anime cartoons on there before.
Alrighty.
Idiots. Yeah. But thanks for asking the anime problems.
Oh, that's okay, Robert Kraken. Sorry I couldn't hear you before. It was my fault. Something about Discord.
No,
Is there
it's
anything
my
else
fault.
you want to say?
When
Yes,
I
about
wanna,
anything.
I wanna,
Anything you want.
I wanna see the new Luna ports of the Don't Never Die for multiplayer
Wait.
versus
Really?
Lost Connect.
So, if you guys
Yeah.
are not familiar, Dong Dong Never Dies is a doujin game. It's a fighting game. And I played it, and it uses digitized human characters. These digitized human characters, and it has, like these, really weird combos. Like, I discovered a combo with my character which can kill with, like, maybe 3 hits. Not 3 hits, like,
Maybe.
if you perform the combo, like, 3 times, that's an instant death.
Wait,
Dong Dong Never Die. Awesome
Really?
game.
wait, Lord Clown, are you play the 1.6 version
Nope,
of the?
I have
No?
not. I have not.
Oh,
Maybe I should
But-
try it.
What?
That's
you mean
pretty
online
awesome.
of the game? Okay, you're gonna be choking me right now. Choking me right now.
Yes, they have like I think there's a character with a touch of death combo in that game. Dong Dong Never Die. Like, You get hit once with a combo starter, you are so dead.
Oh. Oh, well.
Anyways, so, let's move on, guys. Here's another question. We'll go in reverse order this time. So the question is, do you consider yourself to be part of a retro community? And what qualifies as a community for you? Let's go with Dragon Spooker.
Well, it all depends, I guess. You know, like some people believe it's like, do you have the old games? That's the big one. I've just been around so goddamn long. I'm the old man, so that's how it works.
I'm kind of the same, actually. I just have the games that I kept from when I was a child, so I consider myself a retro gamer because those are the only types of games I'm really familiar with. Like, I don't have too many modern consoles, so that's a thingy.
Well, I unfortunately lost a lot of my games to a flood, so I don't have any of the old stuff. But the only reason I bought a Switch was for the fact that I could get my games back. So I've been.
And Mid-Tier Guard says he's not a retro gamer at all, but he has a lot of retro gamer friends now. Yeah, that's because he saw my Nagi Sanzanin look-alike VTuber model. And he started to come into the streams and lurk. Until I did the no decency run. No decency run. Like, I have this model of my VTuber avatar, wherein she's totally naked but covering herself. So, let's go to the next person. Let's see. Robert Kraken General, are you a part of a retro community?
Well, I'm a retro community of the Mega Man X. But this time, I actually heard about the game of the family, like
Okay.
E.T. Vampire Survivors, for some reason.
Yeah, you play a
Um,
lot of retro games on your channel, right?
Yeah, probably. Like, AV games are bootlegging, but Super Mario World bootleg for NES. Maybe people are getting weird by the Bowser, which was stopped of the cannonballs.
And you recommended one to me, Super Wakana Land, was it? You recommended one to me.
Oh,
some
yeah.
time ago.
Yeah. That one. 17 leads I finally found, but the other one was source kind of needed, and maybe it cannot find your source for apparently, like Wakana Mizuho said that. So I think, you know, the one video application of the emulation edited, like
Yes?
I asked. Well, it's kind of weird, but okay. Let me just say the game on list. It's a It's a Street Fighter IV and Wu Xingheng. Oh wait, Wu Xingheng. I remember this. It's a Samurai Showdown of NES. GZG Super Contra 7 is a bootleg. Maybe you should know that.
I don't think I'm
Maybe
familiar.
the fact-
I don't think I know that one.
Oh,
Anyways. Okay, let's move on to K2J. So K2J, do you consider yourself to be a part of a retro community? And what do you think qualifies as a community?
I only say just cause I mean I hang out with a lot of you guys on YouTube and in Discord, and a majority of us is like into the retro stuff like that, constantly interacting with each other.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Eugene and Comic Man's streams, right? Lots of people there. Even some I don't know very well. Yeah, so you consider yourself part of a
And then
retro community.
Discord. So what?
You consider yourself part of a retro community anyway, right?
Now,
Yes, right now.
yeah, now, since since I met you guys, and the Discords are basically communities anyway.
That's a good point. Even though some people call Discord the place of betrayals.
Yeah, it can be that too. I mean, me personally, I just try to be. I'm picky and choosy about the friends I, make. I don't interact with everybody. I just interact with, certain people. Others, I usually acquire new friends if, you get to talking like that and clicking, and then, because I mean, I didn't always know, you guys. I'm friends with, y'all now. I met y'all. You and Yasuke. I met you guys through other people.
Oh yeah. On that
I
note,
clicked with y'all.
I met all of you through GMC, but I don't like GMC nowadays. Who cares?
Oh.
It do be that way. So anyways,
I won't say I don't like him, but I don't hang with him anymore because he changed up, and not for the better either. I had to separate myself from that.
I just don't trust him. I think he's trolling a lot recently. So I don't trust him. Anyways, okay.
I feel like he took a low key shot at me in one of his community posts that he went and took down. Well, I'm not gonna really go into specifics about it, but it didn't sit right with me, and I had to cut him off after that. Plus, I kind of saw how he was doing some of y'all, and that also didn't sit right with me. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyways, how about you, Yasuke? The question is, do you consider yourself to be a part of a retro community? And what qualifies as a community for you?
That's a very good question. I do, right? It's in the name Retro Gamer Yasuke. I feel like a retro community would qualify with that. I don't know, anything that's not modern, right? What's modern? What's new? Anything that's not that is retro, and you know what I'm saying? This society that we live in, you know what I'm saying? We don't call it, we just see it. That's how it is, so that's how it's gonna be. I feel like I'm a retro person just by the games I play. I mean, nobody wants to play Gauntlet Legends, you know what I'm saying, back in the day to completion like I'm trying to do, like I'm trying to download right now. You know what I'm saying? I made some videos. I'm trying to upload those right now as we speak. So I've been doing on this other laptop. And it's burning up.
Alright.
But,
Ah,
Yeah, yeah. That's,
okay,
that's it.
thank you very much. As for me, personally, I consider myself to be a part of the retro gaming community nowadays. And, I think it's a community because, we're all people from different walks of life. We all like slightly different things, but we're held together. Even though some may call it fake, we're held together by retro games, right? We have a common liking for these retro games, even though we all have different tastes, even when it comes to retro games. Like, I'm into mostly JRPGs and fighting games, and I know Kurumi is more into platformers, and he also plays JRPGs, but he's more into platformers and arcade games and shooters and stuff. And K2J, you basically play just about everything.
I can't. You can't even put me in the category when it comes to that. I mean, people try to, but I'm all over the place. I play everything.
You play everything, exactly. Modern games, retro games, you play them.
I'm everywhere. I'm chaos when it comes to gaming.
Chaos.
For real.
Okay, so we've run the gauntlet, guys. I've run out of questions, but before we go, you see, Dragon's Pooker was not here earlier, right? So I'd like to know some of his thoughts. If you don't mind, I'll ask you some of the questions we had earlier, Dragon Spooker. You good?
Sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah, go for it.
So, here's a question. Why do or why don't you play retro games?
Who?
Oh, why do I play retro? Oh, I'm a huge fan of the old nostalgia. You know, when I fought through a snowstorm to get my copy of Chronos Trigger and got in 2 accidents while trying to get it. It's an epic story that can go off. You know, it's nostalgia for me. I was there since the Atari.
Oh, wow. I think the Atari was the first console I ever played, but I didn't even own it. It was owned by my cousin. And I think I played Super Cobra, Pac-Man, River Raid. Yeah, those were my favorites. And then there was Defender. Good stuff. Anyways, next question. What's an obscure retro game you wish had more recognition?
Oh, it's not really an obscure. Well, okay, that would be 2 of them actually. One would be a game called what is it? Blazing Arts. It's a Japanese side scroller that's pretty fun. I think it's Blazing Arts. I have it for the Super Nintendo. It's really kind of a fun game. The other one would be Breath of Fire. I want my Breath of Fire back. I'm pissed off we haven't seen any remakes to that, any redos of an amazing franchise that I think has been undersold lately from Capcom.
Didn't they put a bunch of those on the Game Boys, on the later ones that came out in the 2000s?
I before the flood, I had all three versions that came out.
Oh man.
Okay, I have a confession to make. Like, I play all PS1 JRPGs. I've never finished Breath of Fire 3 and 4, actually. I played them, but never finished them.
4, they have some really annoying stuff for 4. Like 4 has the ship annoyance, where you got to catch the sails, and that can be annoying. And the desert thing in 3 is absolutely convoluted.
Yeah.
So I can understand what you
4 has so many mini games. It's like filled with mini games all over.
Yeah, I know. I freaking hate that. I agree.
Alrighty. Next question. What's your stance on emulation? do you use emulators?
Unfortunately, because I hate to say it, as much as people say it's piracy and it's wrong, a lot of
Fuck that.
yeah, I agree. But a lot of companies aren't willing to put this stuff out anymore. If it wasn't for emulation, we wouldn't have a lot of these games. Like I played a somewhat Cthulhu JRPG not too long ago. I got to try out for the first time. There's so many games I could have not played if it wasn't for the fact that emulation existed. So yeah, I'm all for emulation because of the fact that you just can't get your hands on this stuff normally anymore.
You know, that's an interesting thing. Because,
and for real though, screw everybody who up there talking about emulation is wrong. Ain't the fuck out of here, man. Yo, a lot of people that be saying that dumb shit is probably either rich or they just don't fuck with games like that. So of course they gotta say some stupid ass shit like that.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that one. And like I said, the price tag. I believe I was talking to someone about that in the chat there not too long ago. I said, I showed a game that was over $1,500. The guy wants $1,500 for Rule of Rose, and it's not a good PS2 game. It's like Haunting Ground. I could see $160, $170 for that game, not $480 what they want for those. That's freaking absurd. So I can't see a reason why people shouldn't be able to, play these games that they've chosen to, one, oversell the market so you can't get them at all, or two, not be able to acquire, the companies don't have any interest in kind of bringing these games back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wouldn't have, let's be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that people were emulating Silent Hill 2, we wouldn't have had the HD collection of Silent Hill. So Silent Hill 2, they lost their stuff in a fire. Like they apparently lost a lot of their stuff, and they threw out the source code for Silent Hill 2. Think about that. Konami decided, hey, I'm just gonna drop that source code and throw out one of the most popular horror games of the time.
Wait, they threw out the source code?
Yes, they because of there was a fire that basically stopped that screwed over one portion of their branch, and they threw out the source code for Silent Hill 2. They had to use an emulated and other versions of Silent Hill 2 to make the HD collection.
Wow.
If you're ever wondering why it's so glitchy. Yeah.
I did not know that. That is interesting news. So, that about concludes all of the questions we asked everyone before you came in, Dragon Spooker. Let me end this round of questions with one last thing. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do?
Oh, I'm Dragon Spooker, or aka Orc Warchief Reviews. I do reviews with my horde on YouTube. You can find us there, and I'm also a writer.
Oh, you're
Nice.
Nice. I think you're friends with Lorenzo, right?
Yes, actually, that's the reason I found you was Lorenzo. He was putting your stuff up, and I went, you know what? You've been on his stream, so you know what? I figured I'd give you a shout and see what's going on, and come say hi.
Hey, that's awesome, and thank you for dropping by Dragon Spooker or Orc Warchief Reviews. Will you be on Lorenzo's show?
Yeah, yes, I will. Because actually, you should ask to pop on. He probably let you pop on.
Well, you see, usually he streams early morning. Well, not really, in the morning for me. And I usually stream it's 2:44 a.m. right now. This is my usual stream time. So, yeah. I don't think I can make it to Lorenzo's usual time. Is the thing. I would love to be on, though. It'd be fun, but I don't think I can.
He'd probably have you on. A chill guy, and it's one of the reasons he drives me nuts sometimes, but he's a chill guy, and
Drives you nuts. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that, though? I'm interested.
yeah, definitely ask him. He'd probably have you on. Like, I can't see why he wouldn't.
No, why does he drive you nuts sometimes? That's what I'm interested in.
We get into because we're two different people and we both have different thought processes. So sometimes his mind doesn't click with my mind, so we both kind of end up in a talking loop. So that's the best way to put it.
I guess that makes things interesting.
y'all just debating friends, basically.
We all just debate. That's what it is.
I guess that makes things interesting anyways. So, that's all the questions I have prepared, guys. So that's all the topics I have. So, we could end this stream now, or maybe go on for a little longer with an open forum. What do you guys want to talk about? I'll just be drawing here.
Dude, anything. I'm down for whatever. Hey, my bad for that little rant again earlier. I can't, sometimes, I don't know, stuff like that just kind of get to me, and I'm kind of passionate about that type of stuff, and then that's just the rebelliousism coming out in me. I don't think that's a word, but I'll roll with that. That's the rebellion coming out in me, man.
Well, it's understandable. It's like companies do not care sometimes to allow them to have your stuff, right? And that's sad. That's sad because I consider video games art. Even the most cringy of shit, and I'm like, we're talking, Ronse or something like that. I still find that art. I still find, some of the more crazy. So it's like, why not? Why not be able to buy that stuff? Like, I would still, if they were selling Super Nintendos right now for $15, and I could still pick up games, I'd be buying Super Nintendos right now.
They do have the SNES Mini or something. I think.
I did have an SNES Mini, and it broke down on me. It burned out because I played it too much.
Damn.
I played that thing until it.
Yeah, those things are tiny emulation machines anyway. I think.
Yeah, they are pretty much.
Yeah, my jailbroke mine.
I know Eldiner has a PlayStation Classic, was it? And yet he likes his Raspberry Pi better nowadays.
I can understand that. The Pi, some of the emulation that's going on for the Pi, it even bypasses some of the lockout stuff because they had Nintendo's notorious for putting special little codes and stuff and to lock out certain things, and there's new emulation that can lock all that out. Like, so you can basically bypass it all by using some of the new emulation programs that exist.
Oh, Random Geek from the chat has a question. Wasn't it expensive to make SNES cartridges? I don't know, I think it was after the shortage of, what was that? Chip shortage.
I don't think that was a stupid question.
I never knew about that.
Well, you could technically put it all on a flash drive at this point. Like, back in, I used to see people when they had their Game Boy Advances and they had those modding, the moddable Game Boy Advance. You could basically create a cart of 1,000 games. Like, the game would have a stupid amount of games. So.
Yeah, I have an emulation device myself. It's an RG351P. Basically, it's a handheld emulation device. Does up to PS1 pretty well. And you can basically just place your entire SNES ROM set in there and play them on the go. Pretty cool.
I've been wanting to pick up. Oh, go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna really. I was just gonna say I like to collect stuff.
I've been wanting to pick it up since I saw it. I on Angry Video Game Nerd. They had a handheld Super Nintendo device, and I want to get this so bad. After seeing it, I'm like, ooh, I so wanty.
So it uses
Wait, you
actual
talking about the Super Game Boy?
cartridges.
Yeah, it
It
plays the
sounds
cards.
like he's talking about the Super Game Boy.
Is it called the Super Game Boy? I just saw it once, and I haven't.
I think the Super Game Boy is just an adapter for the. Isn't it an adapter for the SNES to make it play Game Boy games?
Yeah, something like yeah.
No, this is actually
Borders and
runs the actual Super Nintendo cards.
It's a handheld that runs Super Nintendo cards. I think there's tons of that stuff on AliExpress, actually.
Huh?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that stuff on AliExpress. There's this YouTube channel, Wicked Video Game Collector. He basically has a package from AliExpress every single video, and some of them are like portable PS2s and portable Dreamcast. So they use actual discs, but they're portable, like they have their own screen.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I know. I want.
Yeah, he gets them from AliExpress. But they're like one-time things. They're like custom made. So if you see one, you have to buy them, and you're never sure of the quality.
Yeah, that's the sad thing of getting something like that. I would love it if companies would, actually give us that. It's like, instead of, come on, just let me buy my games. Like, you can take my money, just give me what I want.
Like, personally, I'm actually interested in, as far as handhelds go, the Steam Deck. Seems pretty powerful, and, it's probably pretty good for emulation as well.
I've been hearing it's really good for emulation.
Me too.
So, like, here we go, like this, like, I'm just drawing.
So I got a question for everybody. What is everyone's thoughts on the whole making allowing the Nintendo's the way Nintendo's done their online game support? Do you guys did you guys like how originally you could just buy the games for $4 a shot? And,
I can't even speak on that because I don't even have a Switch right now. I'm still contemplating getting one.
And personally, I'm not even subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. No, I was just wondering because that kind of bugs me because I remember when it originally came out, I was like, ooh, I could get $4. I can get this game, that game, this game. I'd rather do that than spend $4 a month and just grab the games I want.
Oh, so that's how it works nowadays. So it's like a rental.
Yeah, it's a rental, and I don't like that.
Well, that's the thing they say about
Hey, you know what?
digital games, I guess. You never really own them.
There
know.
is one thing I can kind of speak on, and this is just because some of my homies said something about it because they have a Switch. But I was streaming Donkey Kong Country 3, and they was in the chat, and dude mentioned that I think it was Nintendo. He mentioned that he was saying he wished he could play the sequels to Donkey Kong Country, and I had always assumed that the Switch already had the sequels on there. He said, no, they didn't. They only had the first one. I think that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's
That they
region
don't
coded.
have part 2 and 3 on there. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, they don't. It's region coded to where your location is apparently. We're up here in Canada. I had no interest in the game. I was just like, nope. For the Super Nintendo, I was like not interested at all.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm drawing.
Oh, no problem.
But yeah, that's something I think is really like wow.
Yeah, my grandma used to say, what was the term she would use? Rich on rich, and that's kind of how it feels. Because if you want to play all the Nintendo games, you gotta have you have to have a VPN. There's another $20-$30 added to that account. Then you can switch to other countries and play the games they have. And it's like, well, that's not cool. Like, let me play my games.
Like some kind of profit maximizer, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just let me play my stuff.
Yeah, if they're gonna do all that and throw them Super NES joints on there and the NES joints on there like that, they might as well go all the way and just like if you're gonna put a part 1 of something that's part of a series, go ahead and throw the sequels in there. They ain't gonna do nothing but piss off the hardcore fans of that series. But that's just my opinion on that.
Oh, I think they should just say fuck it and open the library at long last and just say, okay, here's the complete library. Here's all the games for the complete library. Just you pay what you want. Like, give us $1.50. I guarantee people will go on there and buy, spend way more money than they're going to spend, doing it the way they're doing it now.
Service, right?
Yeah.
Subscription service. I have no interest in paying for all that crap.
I just had a thought. What if Nintendo went all crazy and went the gacha route?
Oh, you gotta pay as you go. What do you mean?
Gotcha. Like, you pay in order to roll for a certain game, and, you might get the game, or you might get something else entirely.
Oh man, that would bankrupt Nintendo. They already came close to being wiped out after the Wii U, which I still think is a great game, great console, just really underestimated.
Hey, I want to know Yasuke's thoughts on this conversation.
Oh yeah, he's been silent there.
Thoughts on it.
Hey Yasuke, what's up?
You said what?
Oh yeah, what's your
I want to hear
thoughts?
your take on what we're talking about. What's your thoughts on it?
About what?
Nintendo.
Just the whole thing saying about Switch and them being kind of, I don't know, holding back with their Super NES library.
I don't have a Switch. I have no idea
I
what
thought
you
you
guys
had
are
one.
talking about. Nope. All I have is a
Okay.
humble laptop and a
I don't
Sega
know
Mini.
why. I kept thinking Yasuke had a Switch. I don't know why. Because you know what? It's some of those games I saw you premiering. I thought they were Switch games. That's what it
No.
was.
On the thumbnail, I say the name of the system and the emulator I'm using. That's what the playlist name is.
Jeez.
Yep.
Hey, here's
I ain't
a
gonna lie. Sometimes I be watching videos. I don't always read the title.
here's a
Cool.
question for you guys. What do you think of the new services that Netflix has been offering lately, like the games.
Oh, I don't even mess with Netflix.
Hey,
I cancel.
Shredder's Revenge free. Shredder's Revenge is free for mobile. I've been playing it. It's fun. On mobile. Yes. I'm about to beat it. Touch controls. Touch controls.
I think Netflix having games is good. I've been I'm not gonna lie, the only game I've really been sticking on is Mobile Legends. So I really haven't played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game from Netflix.
But you
Really?
can play it, right?
Not yet.
But you can play it. It's available
Yeah, I
on
can.
your new
Yeah.
phone.
All I gotta do is. Mm-hmm.
Hey, basically, they have Oxenfree, Spiritfarer. Those are premium games. Premium indie games, anyway. So,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty awesome that, those games are available for free. And, I know most people hate touch controls for console-style games. Personally, I'm okay with them.
I'm okay with them too.
It's not about when you touch the screen.
Yes, you touch the screen.
I kind of hate that.
I know, right? I know, right?
I think it's something I could get used to if I really, put time into it.
Here's the war.
Well, you know, most of
Nah,
Gen Z.
touch screen games.
Well, many of Gen Z only know how to play using a touchscreen. Like, I have this nephew. He likes to play Mario like on an emulator on a phone, cause I showed it to him. The one on the NES. He likes to play Mario in Mario 3, but he'll only play it using touch controls. I tried to introduce him to like a Bluetooth controller, and he was like, "Turn that off. I'm gonna use the screen. I'm gonna use the screen to play this platformer, because that's what I'm used to." So yeah, I think touch controls are okay.
I agree.
I'm fine with the controls.
What I get confused is the keyboard and the mouse control. I don't know that.
What? Mouse?
Keyboard and mouse control.
Oh,
always
mouse.
get confused.
Mouse controls, especially for first-person shooters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Look,
Oh man, y'all geniuses playing first-person shooters with a mouse and a keyboard. I can never do that.
What?
I gotta have a controller, man.
what?
Right.
Wait.
Gotta have it.
I can only play first-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, so you're the opposite. You're not.
Yes.
You're not able to play those with a controller.
Yes, I don't like it. I don't like how you can't aim properly with a gamepad. I can't aim properly with a
You
gamepad.
can, but it's just really, really complicated doing it. You
Dude,
gotta press,
in
like,
Counter-Strike,
three
if
buttons.
somebody's
time to
shooting
do
me,
it.
like in Counter-Strike, if somebody's shooting me from behind, I just jump and turn around and shoot right away. Headshot, boom, with a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
With a gamepad, how do you even do that?
So
Back
you
in
can't
the
do right.
You can't do that,
You
right?
can tag 'em. You can tag 'em.
You can't do
knock
that.
'em
You
down.
can't go for the head
Right.
right away. Like,
Yeah, you
Still
Pew!
kill
can.
them though.
All depends on the game,
Right.
actually. Because sometimes gauge
But
to
you
that.
can still put them down.
Some games will gauge, some games don't. I've found like I'm playing Project Warlock right now on my Switch, and I can move so fast on the strafing. I can get behind something real quick and get a headshot off.
Oh, see, well, you know what, on the console joints though, they do have a sensitivity setting on
Yeah.
in the options. You got to set that, and that kind of determines how quickly you can turn around and like aim at someone. Like if you're used to it being really, really high like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, they have this sensitivity thing, and all of them have them. The higher the sensitivity, the faster you'll spin around or turn
It was-
around or aim at something or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Well,
games like Armor Core that did.
Well, I'm okay with Armored Core.
Armor Core did it for me. That I actually hated shooters until Armor Core because that taught me how to play with twin stick. But sorry.
Oh, you mean the
Um,
PS2 Armored Cores?
Yep. And the original Armor Core taught me how to play with a controller and use tank controls and be able to move quick. I found that those actually showed me how to play those. I'm not good at Armor Core at all, but those games really helped me get way better.
Oh yeah, it's one of
Yeah,
my
that's me rolling
favorite
with Armor Core.
series, Armored Core. Still trying to get through the
I did a
PS2
little
games.
stream once.
See,
Yeah, are we getting it, Brandon?
the thing with the gamepad controls on a first-person shooter, I don't like how you're not able to, move, your cursor as freely as you could with a mouse.
It has improved thanks to twin sticks and
Yeah, it
the
has.
sensitivity is right. Having good sensitivity on your controller can make you yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Yeah,
Make and break you.
yeah, it does.
Mhm.
It does improve quite a bit, but I don't think it's the same as a mouse at all.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I find the only time I ever have fun with mouse is when you're playing like flight games. That was the only time I ever really enjoyed mouse games.
Ah, flight controls, let's see. Ever play Descent? Free Space?
Oh yeah. I still have an actual copy of that, the original Descent.
Ah, the original one. I like Free
I got
Space
for-
the most. I like Free Space 2, I think it was. That's
I liked Wing Commander and Privateer.
it's more like out in outer space. Like the original Descent, you're just doing runs inside some mines or something. I don't know what they are.
Random Geek says, I can't play RPGs with a keyboard and a mouse. Now, I think I can do that. I most definitely think I can handle that.
RPGs, you can play
Anything I
RPGs
mean.
with anything. I don't know.
I had a love-hate relationship when it comes to it all depends on the RPG. Certain games are really, really fun for having that, but I can't play the games like Skyrim or other I
Oh,
can't do
those
it.
types of RPGs.
I think the only type of RPGs I'd be able to do with a keyboard or a mouse would be turn-based, but not the action ones.
Yeah, I can feel
No.
that.
Because I mean, with turn-based, all you doing is,
Your guard says that
as far as
says
in
fighting
battle,
games. My
you
bad.
just making decisions and stuff, picking actions, and then when you're moving around, you know what? I take that back. It depends on what type of turn-based RPG it is, because you got turn-based. I'll use Final Fantasy VII as an example because you got a lot of action sequences in that. You got a motorcycle scene, you have a skiing scene, or snowboarding, whatever that is that you be doing on that mountain. You got the submarine thing. You got a lot of action sequences. I wouldn't be able to handle that with a keyboard and a mouse. You got the thing when you're on a roller coaster, when you're in at the Golden Saucer shooting shit. Yeah, I couldn't do that with no keyboard and no mouse.
Oh, when I say keyboard and mouse, I'm specifically referring to first-person shooters.
Oh no, I was speaking on what Random Geek was saying in the chat about playing RPGs with a keyboard. And me and Yasuke was like, yeah, or whatever.
I got a question. Has anybody here played Sid Meier's Pirates?
Nope.
I never even heard of that.
No.
I know the game.
But I
I've
do
never
have it.
played it.
I was going to ask if you guys thought it was a RPG or not, but I guess...
Oh. I think it's more of a simulation. I think it's more of a simulation than an RPG. It does have some RPG
Is that a point and
elements.
click adventure?
I don't think that the RPG elements are enough to call it an actual RPG. It's more of a simulation. Kind of like Oregon Trail is a simulation, not an
Oh, I
RPG.
remember that game, Oregon Trail. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in decades, man.
I last heard
I
about
used to
it
play
from
that on the
Haldiner.
computer in middle school.
Good old Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail or Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail, like the state. Oregon.
A state.
Yeah, because there is a Men with Hats made a version called Oregon Trail, which is a zombie game.
Mm.
This one didn't have zombies, but that sounds interesting.
Oh, it's a great game. It's pretty cheap too. They're selling it for almost peanuts at this point. If you get a chance, I think it's on Steam too.
Huh.
That's
I might try to look for gameplay of it
Interesting.
now. I'm curious. Like look it up on YouTube.
I think VGM Masillo and company were playing a version, sort of Oregon Trail, but it wasn't called that. It was a zombie survival thingy.
Yeah, it's it might be the same game. It's called Oregon Trail, not Oregon Trail.
I think it was completely different. It was more of a... It had more of a shooting action and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like the last one.
Well, I mean, you could hunt for animals. Oh wait a minute, you talking about? Never mind.
Well, you do hunt for you have to run from the animals. It was a pretty cool
No,
game.
we're not talking about the same game. That's why I said never mind.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all talking about something completely different.
Yeah, there's... I know VGM Masillo and company were playing that, Let me look it up, actually. On his channel. Road Rash Videos Live. They played it live, Death Road to Canada. Yes.
Oh, Death Road to Canada. Yeah, that's a good one.
There we go. That's the game.
That's a second.
So it's like Oregon Trail,
Alright.
but more of zombie survival. I thought it was pretty fun.
Nice.
Seems like a fun game to stream as well with other people.
Yeah, it is a good game with friends too, and it can get quite exciting.
What do you guys think of games like Vampire Survivors?
Oh man.
I've been hearing about that, but I don't know anything about it.
Wolfpack
Yeah,
highly
that
recommends
game is
it. It's one of Wolfpack's favorite games. It's also free for mobile, by the way. You have to pay for the Steam version. But the mobile version, it's the exact same game and it's free.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's a clone of it called Hollow Cure. If you're familiar with the HoloLive VTubers, most people say that it's actually better than Vampire Survivors. Hollow Cure, completely free.
I think I did that one first.
Oh, you played that one. Let's see. In the chat, talking about Midgard mentioned Dragon Age Origins has a CRPG combat system. Basically an MMO on PC. And dude
Oh,
trifecta. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Dragon Age Origin is an amazing game. I'm not a big fan of the sequel, but the original, absolutely awesome.
I don't play
Worth a buy if you can get it.
yeah, I don't play much Western RPG, so I wouldn't know anything.
And the closest thing I got to a Western RPG is Wild Arms 3.
That's not a Western. Well, it is.
I mean,
Western.
it's got a Western
It's-
setting.
It's
Right.
Western.
Yeah. It got a
The
Western
one thing-
setting. I'll say that.
Westerns,
So did you ever 100% that game? Wild Arms 3?
I haven't even beaten that yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had that game that long.
Oh,
And then I got a
okay.
bunch of games and you know, as much as I like RPGs, I have to be in the right mood to play them because, you know, to me that's the most tedious genre for me to play.
Mhm.
Because of all that damn reading and grinding. I mean, the reading don't really bother me, but all that grinding and all that, it's a headache. You know, it feels more like work than anything else. So, you know, I don't even really play them like that. That's why a majority of my RPGs I haven't even beaten yet. But like when I do finally get on them, I can stay stuck on those for as long as 2 straight weeks without playing anything else.
Yeah,
You're going
maybe one
hard
of
on
your
those Final Fantasy 10.
maybe one of your 10-hour streams, huh?
Yeah, but it's stressful, man. So, you know, that's why I really don't, you know, because it's a lot more simpler just playing, you know, a bunch of my other stuff, you know, like the fighting and the shooting and racing and all that other stuff. But RPGs, man, oh boy, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to tell y'all. That shit really does feel like a job.
I like them that way.
Like building your character from nothing into something. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm
No,
a
I'm not.
part of
I'm
the
not. I'm
journey.
not saying nothing. Like I said, I ain't saying nothing bad about RPGs. You know, if I really like felt something bad feelings about them, I wouldn't have a whole bunch of them like that.
Well,
I do
it
like them, but I have to be in the right mood to play them. Is all. Like I can't be feeling all lazy and stuff when I play them because then I'm not gonna put any kind of effort into them, and I'm gonna purposely skip out on side quests and stuff that I'm gonna need to do to get certain stuff. So you know, when I'm feeling like that, I just don't mess with them because I want to get the, you know, I want to try to find as much stuff as I can. You know, I cannot
That's
play
right.
when I'm not 100% invested at the time because I'm gonna go right past something because I'm gonna be like, man, fuck this. I don't feel like messing with that, but I know I'm gonna need to. I mean, there's already certain side quests and certain RPGs that I already said hell nah to. Like, there's this one thing I don't really invest time in doing, like in a Final Fantasy series, I don't really bother raising chocobos. Cause it just I get bored
FF7.
very quickly.
FF7.
It just so you know I'll never get the Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII, and I'm never gonna fight that Ozma thing in 9. Like stuff like that, I'm not gonna be doing because I'm not gonna
You can
feel
fight
like
him though. You just
doing all
won't
that.
win. You can fight him.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
just won't
gonna
win.
feel like doing all of that.
You're gonna lose.
I'll do some of the racing. I think in 10 I kind of had to because I had to find all the Aeons in that. So I had to do that goddamn chocobo race in 10. I hate that shit with the birds and all this crap flying at you. It's like, how are you supposed to dodge that? Then you racing the girl on the thing at the same time, and the controls are weird.
I wonder if I point A or something.
Hey,
It
welcome
took me an
back.
hour to pass that.
Welcome back, Levon. And hello,
Welcome
Alvin
back.
Slice in the
I
chat.
just got off work.
It took me a whole fucking hour to do that. I remember Yasuke was saying something about it, and I feel him on that.
Yeah.
'Cause that shit, that will make you just
Struggle
want to
to
rage quit the whole
Yes.
damn game.
so a
Most
buddy of mine
definitely.
tried this. I don't know how well he did because technically he might have screwed up what he was trying to do, but he basically had set a bot up to play Final Fantasy 1 by itself and just run around leveling up. And
Damn.
he let it. What?
That's really awesome. How do you do that?
I'll have to ask him. I'm not the computer guy when it comes to that, like the bot stuff. But he had figured it out, got it all set up so that it could just do that, and then he basically maxed it out as far as the game could go. And by doing that, he realized that once he played the game as is with all the levels, he realized, oh yeah, I'm pretty much done. Like the game won't really. Like it took him like I think he said 4 hours to beat the game as is. So if you took out all the grind of Final Fantasy, it should take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to beat.
Hey, if you want a very short RPG, play Rhapsody. Rhapsody, a musical adventure. Very short. Very nice.
That one's
I even wrote a walkthrough for it. The one by Cloud 2004 on GameFAQs, that's mine.
I don't know. Pokemon counts as an RPG, but
Yes, it does.
that's short.
Like, how long is it usually? Pokemon?
Gen 1,
Yeah,
96, maybe?
9 to 6 hours?
Uh, uh, yeah, 9 hours. You can get it done and really moving, I think.
90 hours, really.
Not 99.
Although I guess, grinding and stuff, you could easily spend as much as 90 hours as well. Am I right?
I like the long stuff.
Nice.
So,
So anyways, I think it's about time to, say goodbye to everyone, right? I mean, on stream. I think, we've, covered a lot of topics. We've exhausted, all the stuff. You guys don't have to leave, though, the voice chat. I'm just gonna turn off this stream in a little while. So,
This was a good stream, man. I'm glad I finally jumped into one.
oh, thank you. I just want to say a thank you to everyone who dropped by and shared their thoughts in the stream. Let's see, Robert Kraken General, Yasuke, K2J, Dragon Spooker, Eldiner earlier, and Cerulean and his smooth voice. I can't do it. Anyways, and I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat, and a special thanks to Mid-Tier Guard who came up with this idea, suggested this idea, after seeing us
right.
stream on Discord. So thank you very much for that, and I'm gonna say goodbye for now because look, I finished the line art, sort of. So
Good.
yeah, that's it for
Yeah, but
now.
that's good.
Thank you very much,
I think
sir.
you could be a cartoonist if you really wanted to be.
Oh, I can, K2J. I have enough skill to be, like a professional, you mean? For
Yeah,
cartoons? For cartoons, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Mhm.
you know, it's not really my thing. I like just doing this as a hobby. So,
I feel you on that.
with
I
that
feel
said,
you on that.
this has been LCX and fake online friends from the Place of Betrayals Discord. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Y'all can say goodbye too. Bye-bye.
Later.
La 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 la. Please subscribe. Alrighty, we are offline.